And we say good morning to you. Good morning. We are live right here. We are Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on show number 2,335. You know who's sitting right over there? The legend, Axel Stein's in the house. He and his daddy. Axel Stein shines. He's wolfing down 12-piece nugget, fries, and a sweet tea. He'll be with us here in a minute. So good morning to you. We got lots to talk about. Got a lot of guests lined up. Andrew Smith, sports writer, Johnson City Press, will come by. Also, Mr. Baseball, Greg Sire, top of the hour. Also going to be joined by Jeff Birchville, recapping the Speedway Classic, again at Bristol Motor Speedway. He'll be with us. And also Brendan Swingy, the Assistant Athletic Director of Millie. We'll see what's going on. We're going to take what's the latest fiasco with the Raiders and everything else in the National Football League. We'll run down the NFL preseason schedule. They're starting in earnest starting tomorrow night, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, full slate NFL preseason football. So getting close. The countdown is where? What happened to my countdown, my clicker ticker? It's gone. That's interesting. I wonder where it went. Have to get Carrie to put it back on. We're down to 16 days. 2 weeks from Friday night, we'll get it going. 16 days from today. I'm not sure where it went. I'll see if I can pull it back up on the screen. But anyway, countdown is on for Cyclone Football 2025 for everybody else. In fact, we're going to run down three more team schedules today. We're going to look at Westridge, we're going to look at Unicoi County, we're looking at Volunteer. They're scheduled a little bit later on in the show. So welcome, thanks for being with us. Show number 2335, again at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Here's what's coming. Coming up on the 18th, the Pretzel Cheddar Club platform, or the Pretzel Cheddar Club. That's the new sandwich coming in, and the Cherry Berries coming in. Those are both going to be the new drinks, the new sandwich, new drinks, respectively. The pretzel bun, choice of chicken, seasoned cheddar cheese, and apple with bacon, lettuce and mater, with a side of creamy Dijon mustard. It's the pretzel. It's called the Pretzel Cheddar Club, starting on the 18th, and the new drink's going to be the Cherry Berry. Cherry, cranberry, blueberry flavors. I'm looking forward to getting that. The cherry, cranberry, blueberry. You'll be able to get it in Sunjoy frosted with Sprite or with tea. You're going to mix it up with Sprite. There it is, the picture of it, with Sprite. So that's what's coming on the 18th. Peach will go away. The dragon fruit will go away. So if you like those, and we got one today, we're going to enjoy them while we got them because they're about to go away. The peach frosted lemonade. And so Pretzel Cheddar Club starting on the 18th of August, along with the cherry berry drink from your local Chick-fil-A. Again, we're here in Johnson City. If you need to order trays, Connie should go to the website chickfilajc.com or call them. Now, you know we have to use 423 now because there's a new area code in Northeast Tennessee because we're growing so fast. Had to add another area code. So it's now 423-952-0031 is the number to call to order trays. 952-0031. Want to order trays from this store here in Johnson City, right down from Best Buy. So that's what's going on. It's hopping. Axel turned around and said, "This place is hopping. Oh, this place hops. He ain't even seen it yet. Wait till lunchtime. It is a madhouse in here." But you know what? They get you in, get you out, get you right on down the road. That's what's incredible about this place. They don't. Buses come in here. They don't even flinch. I watch them. I'm in here, virtually every Wednesday. And I watch the associates here. They get hammered and they just smile and keep on going. Pretty impressive how they're trained to handle the crush, and they get crushed all the time. Thanks for being with us. Let's get it going. We've got lots to talk about. How about him? Chris Stapleton, National Anthem. Let's go to Jennifer Nettles. We just came out of the Speedway Classic. Look here, looking sharp today, Mr. Birchfield. Looking sharp. Looking good. The owners here today, we all got to sit up straight. Pay attention. Buck up, as Dad used to say. The big man's in the house. Got to buck up. Here's Jennifer Nettles, the National Anthem. We'll take a look at some college football, also some Major League Baseball. First, Jennifer Nettles, National Anthem, on show number 2,335 of the Tom Davis Sports Show.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Why Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings in downtown Elizabethton?
When everything goes corporate and everybody, you walk in and you're customer number 1,799, here you're Tom, and we know who Tom is, we know who you are, and we do it the old-fashioned way, so we're big enough now that we can take care of everybody and we can, get the good deals, we get the volume discounts and all that kind of stuff, and we're one of the last family-owned furniture stores in East Tennessee. But we're small enough that we know who you are and we can take care of you.
Absolutely. Social media, how do we find you?
We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram at cannonshomestore.com on the internet. And just look up Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings on Facebook.
Hours are open?
Monday through Friday, 10 to 6, and Saturday, 9 to 5.
And the magic phone number to call?
423-543-6937.
Be loyal. Buy local. Biden Elizabeth from Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. And back with the Tom Taylor Sports Show. I'm getting excited about this new drink, cherry, cranberry, and blueberry flavors all together, called the Cherry Berry. Coming up on August 18th. But I like that. I'm liking that. Connie says we've had it before, says it's really good. Cherry, cranberry, and blueberry flavors. Sunjoy frosted, tea, and also now with a Sprite. And then the new sandwich is the pretzel bun. Pretzel, I got to sit and learn to say this. Pretzel Cheddar Club. On a pretzel bun, choice of chicken, seasoned cheddar, cheese, applewood bacon, lettuce and tomato, and a side of creamy Dijon mustard. That's the new sandwich, the Pretzel Cheddar Club, coming on August the 18th. So there you go. It's going to be good stuff. We're looking forward to that, very much so. All right, let's take a look at some high school football schedules. Well, we got a chance here. Andrew Smith will be here in a minute. He'll light us up and get us going. So let me get this here right quick. Get this going. Hit that right there, get that going. And so we can start with the Westridge Wolves. We'll see them in Game 3 of the Cyclone season. So, can't figure out where my counter went. Do I have it on the right screen? Maybe I don't. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know, it just went away. Oh, well. If it went away, it can come back. You know what I'm saying? With the magic of Carrie Taylor, she'll come and go. Oh, that's not a problem. Where did it go? I don't know. Well, here, let's fix it. And she'll hit the button and it'll be back. That's how she is. She's magic. Does a great job for me. I appreciate her very much. She is a class act as well. Her and husband Jason and the boy Tucker. So, there you go. Let's jump in here and go. Let's see. Let's take a look at, Jonathan, Kim Morton, Bill Birchfield, some other folks watching. Thank you. Show number 2335. Axel will join us here in a little while. All right, Westridge. We play on Game 3 for the Wolves. They'll open up against Tennessee High at home. They'll go to Crockett. They'll go to Elizabethton. They'll have Hardin Valley Academy at home. Westridge will be at Daniel Boone. Then they host Dobbins at their big backyard rivalry. Then they go to Morristown West. They'll come back home from Morristown East. They'll go to Science Hill and go to Jeff County. That is a very, very tough schedule. I would have to put them in the top 3 in the area of tough schedules for Westridge. That is tough. at the road games at Crockett, at Elizabethton, at Daniel Boone, at Morristown West, at Science Hill, and at Jeff County. That's a tough schedule for the Wolves. Home games, Tennessee High, Hardin Valley, Dobbins Bennett, Morristown East. So they got 6. Yep. See, for the Elizabethton fans are complaining about, and I understand. I'm not throwing off on it, but we're not the only school that's playing 4 home games this year. Science Hill, now Westridge. First time I looked at the schedule, Westridge has only got 4 home games. And 6 very tough road games. That's your first team looking at today. Let's take a look at the second team of Unicoi County. Blue Devils dropping down on the classification, which tells you they're going to be very strong down in their league. They're going to be very strong in every sport. Unicoi County, I don't know if they're going to dominate, but they're going to be very strong. All right, the Blue Devils open up with Crockett in, 16 days. Then they go to Northview Academy, Gatlinburg, Pittman home at regional game, at Chucky Doak, at Happy Valley, at Pigeon Forge, you have 3 in a row on the road. Granger at home, at Claiborne, West Green, and Johnson County at home. So the Blue Devils, they got 1, 2, 3, they go 5-5 this year, home and away. Home games, Crockett, regional game, Gatlinburg, Pittman, Granger, West Green, that's your, I'm leaving one off, Crockett, Gatlinburg, Pittman, Granger, and West Green. Maybe they're just playing 9 this year. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're playing 10. What am I missing here? Hello, add up, Tom. I'm trying to. Crockett, Gatlinburg, Pittman, Granger, West Green, Johnson County. I love Johnson County. That's your 5 home games. Unicoi County, the road games at Northview, at Chucky Doak, at Happy Valley, at Pigeon Forge, and at Claiborne. So, Coach Rose, when you start getting these guys on next week, that's a pretty tough schedule. Westridge clearly may have the toughest schedule out there right now, from what I can tell. Then you have Volunteers. What the Falcons do this year. We play them later in game 4 of the season for the Cyclones. Volunteer will have Daniel Boone at Claiborne, Granger, Elizabethton. Then they have 3 in a row at Seymour, at Northview, and at Chucky Doak. A lot of schools are ending up doing 3 in a row at home and 3 in a row on the road. A lot of the schools have been looking at the schedules. They have Greenville at home, at Cherokee, and at Sullivan East. So Volunteers' home schedule, which is a good one. They should be selling a lot of season tickets. Volunteer, you got Daniel Boone coming, Elizabethton, Greenville, and Sullivan East. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Daniel Boone, Granger, Elizabethton, Greenville, and Sullivan East. They got a 5-5 schedule, which is the way it should be. Road games for Volunteer at Claiborne, at Seymour, at Northview, at Chucky Doak, and at Cherokee, the big rivalry game for Hawkins County. So Volunteer schedule is pretty competitive too. So the regional games, of course, you got to play those. Granger, Elizabethton, Seymour, Northview, Greenville, Cherokee, and Sullivan East. Their non-conference opponents would be, obviously, first 2 of the season, Daniel Boone and at Claiborne. And at Chucky Doak, that's also a non-conference game or non-regional game for the Volunteer Falcons. So that's what's going on there. And the old high school football schedule. Westridge, clearly, for my money, a very, very tough schedule. Read that again. Wow. Those guys are loaded for bear. Got their hands full. Home games for Westridge, Tennessee High, Hardin Valley, Dobbins Bennett, and Morristown East. The road games, 6 of them. At Crockett, at Elizabethton, at Daniel Boone, at Morristown West, at Science Hill, and at Jeff County. Westridge, loaded in terms of a schedule. Wow. Tom Taylor Sports Show number 2335 on the road today here at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Take a look at some college news, some major decisions by the NCAA's top decision-making body will need approval from all 4 major conferences to pass a new set of rules approved yesterday that are designed to streamline the way business is done by the nation's largest overseer of college athletics. Changes all the time. Southeastern Conference has been pushing for it, and the other 3 power conferences to receive a 17% voting share on the newly reshaped Division I Board of Directors. So they want more clout. They've already got the clout. Big Ten's got it. SEC's got it. Now they want to make it official around the conference room table. So if one of the four conferences disagreed with the proposal, the others could still band together and pass it. It's called a power play. And that's what they're trying to do. And that's what they're going to do. It'll happen. So, Southeastern Conference pushing, and the other three power conferences to have a 17% voting share in the newly reshaped Division I Board of Directors. 17 times 4 would be what? 17 times 4, 4 7 to 28 carry you 2, 68%. Over the 51% they need. 17 times 4, make sure it's 68. I'm doing this on the fly. And I don't always fly well in the math department. Pretty sure it's 68, let's see. Yeah, 68%. So all four power conferences get that 17% voting share. Then even if somebody else bucks what they want to do, is power play and say, no, we're going to band together, we're going to power play the vote. That's what they want to do. Well, the legislation, when they sit down and try to figure this out, only gave them a voting share of 16%, which gives each conference the chance to waylay a policy it doesn't like. So this board deals with finances, litigation, infractions. So SEC and the other conferences want more say-so around the conference room table. And then if I come in and I don't like what's going on, they can power play me and bust my bubble. It'll happen. So, guarantee it'll happen. ESPN acquiring the NFL Network and other National Football League media assets, including the linear rights to the league's popular Red Zone channel, in a deal that will see the NFL get a 10% equity stake in all sports in the All Sports Network. There you go. ESPN will also acquire the NFL's fantasy product and merge it into its existing platform, making ESPN Fantasy Football the official game of the National Football League. Well, that's kind of a no-brainer what they're going to do there, but they're making it official. So ESPN opened up their billfold and put some more teeth into the fantasy football world through ESPN and the NFL. Tom Taylor Sports Show, number 2335. We'll take a break. Andrew Smith is here. Sports writer John C. NFL season. So I look every week what kind of hats he got on. Today it's the Titans. We're going to make a lunch bet. Did I already do this at Birchfield? I did it with somebody. I said the Titans will do. The Raiders win more games than the Titans this year for a lunch bet. Pretty sure it's Birchfield. Is Birchfield a Titans guy? It's not Birchfield. Was it you? Well, it is going to be. So we're about to throw down a little challenge here. There was somebody likes the Titans. We were at Phil's Dream Pit when they came in. Who was it? And I said, okay, we'll put a little lunch spot on this deal. So we'll see. Andrew Smith is here. He has lots to talk about. He joins us next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. One of our great sponsors. Coming up in 16 days, there'll be the Double C Western Supply First Down. Again, we're back with Double C. We love it on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
And again, with Double C Western Supply, a lot of Western stores out there. What do you feel like separates Double C from all the other competition?
I feel like there's a lot of things that separate us. Our customer service. I feel like we help our customers very well. I feel like we're very friendly, and at least we try to be. We strive to be a friendly, family-based business. I also feel like our prices are very good. I feel like we try to keep our prices and our merchandise to a point that the whole family can shop here. And I mean, some things do have to be a little more expensive just because of the nature, but I feel like we try to keep our prices down low enough. And just we're always just striving to get the next newest merchandise, the best merchandise that we can for them, and just we just try our best to do the best we can all the time. So I feel like, mainly that our customer service and our prices kind of differentiate us.
There you go.
Yeah.
Double C Western Supply on Railroad Street in Elizabeth. And again, social media, they're there. And also
Yep.
the website, doublecwestern.com. So, proud sponsor of the show, Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. Miss Diane and the great folks at Double C Western Supply in Elizabeth. And be loyal, buy local, buy it in Betsy. Amazon doesn't sponsor your ball teams, but Double C Western Supply does.
I'm on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. We're joined by our buddy, obviously, Andrew Smith, Sports Writer, John City Press, King 4 Times News. Hello, sir. How you doing?
Doing well. Always a pleasure to be on.
Thank you. Always a pleasure to have you, sir. You've become a regular on this show, and I can't thank you enough for that. All right, so again, let me hit real quick. We'll get into the Speedway Classic. Here's what's coming next week, starting, or actually on the 18th, in a couple of weeks. The Pretzel Cheddar Club, new sandwich, and the Cherry Berry. That's going to be a combination of cherry, cranberry, and blueberry flavors. Get them in the Sunjoy, the Frosted, tea, and also now they're going to combine it with Sprite, which I find pretty cool. Connie says it's pretty good. The Pretzel Cheddar Club, pretzel bun, choice of chicken, seasoned cheddar cheese, applewood bacon, lettuce and tomato, and a side of creamy Dijon mustard. That's going to be the new sandwiches. So got a couple more weeks to enjoy the peach, a couple more weeks to enjoy the dragon fruit, and they're going to go away. So, all right, Andrew Smith. He was excited about going. Was it worth the trip? He was at the Speedway Classic. Everybody knows it rained. Again, people complaining to me over the weekend, God, it rained. Okay, we don't control God. If he wants it to snow out here, it'll snow. Like that. He's God. He can do whatever he wants to do. He's in control, folks. We're not. So the weather really, I mean, you can't do anything about the weather. They probably weren't ready for it because, well, maybe they were, because they were calling for a slight chance, but apparently it rained buckets. You were there. Give us your assessment of the Speedway Classic.
Yeah, I mean, obviously the rain certainly put a damper on things, quite literally.
Yeah.
But yeah, it
That
was. I know it was a cool experience overall. Like I enjoyed getting to be a part of that. Getting to cover that the couple of days before, getting to see all the different areas of things they transformed from the fan zones to the clubhouse to obviously the field itself, and then the game itself. I was looking forward to the pitching matchup we were going to have with Chase Burns and Spencer Strider. Unfortunately, weather said, yeah, no, that's not going to happen. But yeah, obviously, it rained certainly harder than I think I was expecting. From everything I saw, it looked like, hey, looks like we might have a light little something, might push us back maybe a half hour, but we should be good to go. But no, it got to the track and just kind of
Stayed.
It
Happens all the
really
time.
So, but yeah, once Sunday came around, it was cool. Really ended up having great weather by the end of Sunday for it. But yeah, it was a very unique experience for sure. I'm trying to wait out the rain and coming back on Sunday, and once we got to play ball, I thought it was really well done.
20 years of doing track announcing, it happens, when it rains up there, you're exactly right. It seems like it just kind of sets on top of the track. And it's happened more times than not over those 20 years I was up there. But I thought, I wasn't there, what I saw, what I read and all that, I thought what they pulled off and the time they had to pull it off and to literally, and we all know this is one's old news, but to construct a baseball stadium inside an NASCAR track with all the amenities and the bells and whistles. I thought the track did a yeoman's job. They can't control the weather. They ran out of food. I get that. Everybody went down in the grandstands in the rain and started drinking and eating. They ran out of ice, I was told. They ran out of food. Okay, I get that. I mean, I'm not sure they weren't ready for that because everybody went down at the same time and they're hungry. In a typical race scenario, there's people straggling down there back and forth to the concession stand. But in this situation, when it was a torrential downpour and everybody went down to the grandstands, thought, oh, give me something to eat. And they ran out of food.
Yeah, and I'll also say this. I don't know how much of the blame goes to the folks at BMS and how much of it would potentially go to Major League Baseball. I've heard conflicting things on who was in control of what. So I do know that the folks that I've not heard really of any problems before of when there's been a race or even the Battle at Bristol nearly a decade ago. I don't recall there being much of an issue with running out of food or drinks or anything like that. So, not saying it didn't happen because of Bristol or because of MLB. I'm just saying very much could have been conflicting reports, or I've heard conflicting reports on who was ultimately in charge of inventory and all that fun stuff.
Well, I was there at the Battle of Bristol. I was part of the PA team, and so they had a few problems at that point. I think the security tried to do the checkpoint Charlies at the securities because they ran people through a metal detector, and people came to the game late and just expected to walk right in. It didn't work. And they told them for weeks, we're going to run through security checks. That's what we do now in large crowds in America because you have to. So that got them, everybody a little fuzzed up a little bit. And I think at that point they ran out of ice. I think that back in the Battle of Bristol. But beyond that, from what I can remember, it was a pretty rock-solid performance with the BMS staff. So anyway, all the exterior stuff that went on off the field once the game started and the pomp and circumstance and pregame and, first pitch and flyovers and all that. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, no, it was very cool. I wish it could have all happened on Saturday night. Obviously, when we came back on Sunday, the crowd wasn't quite what it was on Saturday evening. But, yeah, the whole kind of blend of NASCAR and baseball was very cool.
What I find funny, because I'm all about people with a bellyache. You know, cup's always half full, not half empty. And so I've talked to people and heard from people who said, well, the seats were terrible. Well, okay. Stop right there. When you go into Bristol Motor Speedway and they showed you the layout and you knew where your tickets were. So when you get up and go, gosh, it's too far away, we can't see. It ain't like it's a surprise. When you walk in there, you know where you're going to be sitting. And it's a baseball field, and so it may have been far away. Okay. Would you know that going in when you bought your tickets, when you go, okay.
Well, most of the time, yes.
Yeah. I mean, I was there for 20 years. I know what the good seats were and the better seats were at Bristol Motor Speedway. And so when you buy the tickets and go, we're down the right field line, we can't see anything. Okay. But you saw the layout of the field, you know. So, and really, I think a lot of people just want to be a part of that, just to say they were there for the biggest baseball game ever. I get that too, but the people that have gone on about you couldn't see the game and this was this and this was that, okay. Everybody wants the bellyache. Cup should be half full. To me, again, there's not a more frustrated group. Maybe it's cooled down now, but on Saturday and Sunday, I know this firsthand, not a more frustrated group than the staff of Bristol Motor Speedway. Because here's what they do. I've said this on Monday's show, and we'll say it again, because they deserve to get some props. They plan, all right, for the September race on September the 13th. I know this firsthand. They started the day after the April race planning, putting everything, lining up concerts, getting all these bells and whistles, getting all the talent, doing this, doing that, and they start. It's a continual process. They're already starting to work on the April race next year. I know how they are up there. So you bust your tail for 4 or 5 months, and it'd be very frustrating for you too. You bust your tail for 4 or 5 months, get everything in place, and then race day, or in this case game day, it rains. And nothing you can do about it. I've been up there many times. We have all the stuff lined up for the race, pre-race, pours down the rain. NASCAR makes the call, not Bristol. NASCAR says scrap the pre-race, start the race. All we need is 251 laps is a complete race. I've heard it a dozen times up there in 20 years. But yet BMS catches a flag for it, which is not fair, because that's NASCAR's call. They come in and say, rain's coming, got to try and get this race in, or it's already sprinkling or whatever. Cut the pre-race, all the driver intros, cut all the celebrities up there doing whatever. Start the race, get 250 laps in, or 251 out of 500 to make it a complete race. We're going home. So the staff works months to get all this ready to come down to, it'd be like you working months on your football tab. It's coming out in a couple of weeks. And then the administration, whoever pulls the plug, ain't going to do it. Well, I wrote for months to get this thing ready. Okay, we're not doing it. And so you're frustrated. And they're frustrated. I thought those poor souls up there Saturday night, there's not a more frustrated bunch because the rain wasn't anything to do about it. So I think, wasn't there, all things considered, what they had to work with, what they had to do, and how they did it, I thought they did an incredibly cool job. Was there things you could have done better? Well, sure. There's things I can do better on the show, things you can do at your job better. I mean, that kind of goes without saying. But all for me, for all intents and purposes, I can say that because I was on the staff up there 2 weekends a year for 20 years. They do an incredibly good job. And for those, I take exception when folks start hammering, well, it rained. Well, how in the name of the good Lord can they control rain? Are you kidding me? So, anyway, I'm off my soapbox now. But they get a bum rap. It's not fair to them. They do the best they can do. And they work. They're, Drew Bedard and his guys, Jerry Caldwell, they work their tails off trying to present a product that everybody's going to like. They make mistakes. Only man that ever walked this earth perfect is the Lord Jesus. It ain't me, it ain't them. Andrew's close, but so anyway, Speedway Classic done. The Braves and the Reds. Braves are struggling in a tailspin. Reds are just kind of in the bubble. They're hanging, trying to get a wild card spot. They're not setting the woods on fire either, but the Braves, Riley got hurt up there. He's on the IL now, right?
Yep. It was from what we heard in the press conference from Ryan Snicker and stuff. And apparently, first kind of got aggravated a little bit on Saturday night. I think it was trying to dive for that RBI hit in the rain, and then he aggravated even more on Sunday afternoon, trying to dive for Ellie De La Cruz, got the tag, but kind of definitely got a little gingerly after the fact. And so, as that bat comes around, Riley tells Snit, hey, I don't feel comfortable swinging. It's like, all right, Luke Williams, there you go. And, they yesterday got through all the eval and said, yeah, we'll put you back on the IL.
Let me go back real quick, a footnote to what we were talking about the Speedway. Nobody called me up and said, go to bat for us. They don't have to. So everything I told you about my thoughts about the Speedway and how hard they work and all that, when anybody called up and said, man, can you help us out? We're getting beat up. No. Nobody said that. They don't need to say that. This is coming from Tom Taylor, who's up there for 20 years as a public address announcer. So I know what to do. So just FYI, there's nobody that tried to persuade me or ask me to say something good or positive. Don't need to. That's they do what they do up there and do it very well. So just FYI. So as Forrest Gump says, that's all I'm going to say about that. So the Braves are in a tailspin, to say the least. Right now, the top of the leaderboard, the Phillies and the Mets, probably got a little bit of breathing room. It's a 2.5 game differential now. So who do you like to win this division before it's all said and done?
I do like Philadelphia here. I definitely think they have a deeper pitching staff, especially after the trade deadline. Them able to bolster their bullpen with like Yohan Duran. But yeah, I think I like the Phillies in this division. Now, I still think the Mets will be competitive. I still think the Mets will probably make the playoffs. But in terms of winning the division, I think it'll be 2 years in a row for Philadelphia.
There you go. The Phillies. World Series today, August the 6th, 2025. Picking two teams. Mr. Smith would say in the World Series, he thinks it will be who?
I still am very high on Detroit.
Okay.
I like Detroit out of the American League. I believe they have the best record in the AL. I'll have to double check that, but they've been playing really good baseball a lot recently. I think they dropped last night to Minnesota, but overall they've been playing well. So I like them out of the American League. And here recently I've been saying Chicago out of the National League. I still think I'll lean Chicago out of the National League, but Milwaukee is starting to catch my attention for sure. They have the best record in the National League. It's not flashy the way the Brewers win games, but they win some baseball games. So I still lean Detroit and Chicago, but I can be easily persuaded a couple different directions. And luckily, we still have about 2 months before we got to worry too much about that.
For your FYI, the best record in the American League right now would be the Toronto Blue Jays.
Oh, okay.
Then they come to the Detroit Tigers, which I didn't know that either looked. In the National League, the best record would be, I'm assuming, it would be the Brewers, and it is. The Brewers are the best team in the Nationals right now, 69 and 44. Again, the Toronto Blue Jays are 67 and 48. So there you go. That's what's going on there. Let's see what else going on. What have you been covering? What else are you working on right now?
Yeah, you mentioned our football tab, high school football. very close. I've got 2 more media days left this media day season. Cloudland and Happy Valley here at the end of this week. And then, yeah, we've got that. College football tab will be the week after. We're trying to do a little bit more UT coverage to add to our ETSU coverage as well. This football season, earlier this week, I put out an article breaking down the Vols wide receiver room. A lot of youth in there, but there's talent, but youth for sure. And then, yeah, that's kind of it. Just gearing up for football season here.
Who's your quarterback? You got Aguilar, you got Merkline, you got McIntyre.
I think it's Joey Aguilar.
Think so?
I think it will be. He's got the experience edge. Josh Hype wasn't going to announce anything for a little while, probably. It probably won't be till, my guess would be Monday of game week against Syracuse there, maybe earlier, but I've got the lean that'll probably be Joey Aguilar. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he fares.
I don't see McIntyre. I see Merkline making some noise. I think this kid can sling it pretty good. McIntyre's big. He's kind of willowy. So I don't know. They put some meat on him, but he still comes in kind of, I wouldn't say he's frail, but he's, I don't know if he can take a pounding from the SEC because they're going to come as they should. Their ears pinned back trying to nail the quarterback back there. That's what they ask you to do in this case now with NILs. What they pay you to do is to get back there in the backfield and rattle the cage of the quarterback. So we'll see, but you're saying Aguilar right now, it's his to lose, right?
I would think so, yeah. I think Merklinger will probably push him, and yeah, I'm with you. I think McIntyre needs to fill out his frame more before kind of seriously being in the hunt. He's got arm talent. I saw both Merklinger and McIntyre in the spring game back in April, but yeah, I would think this is probably going to end up being Joey Aguilar's job at the end of the game.
Looked at the roster yesterday. Matter of fact, it's interesting you brought this up. Looked at the offensive linemen, the roster for Tennessee football. They got some hosses. There's a lot of 6'6", 320s, 6'7", 6'5". I mean, there's some big ones over there on the offensive line. The defensive line, I thought it was interesting. They're big, but they're not that big, but looks like they're more sleek, more quicker, I guess, maybe, the defensive line. The beef isn't over there like the offensive line because there's some big boys on the offensive line for Tennessee football. And so, which is the question mark this year going? Is it the offensive line or defensive line?
I think it's the offensive line. I think that defense, you rotated enough guys last year to where even though you lost a few guys off the line, you know, first rounder James Pierce off the edge, you know, you've got other guys that I think you can feel comfortable stepping into bigger roles, whether it's a guy like Jackson Moy on the interior, Joshua Josephs on the edge. But I think you've got enough there where you feel pretty comfortable. But yeah, I think there's, you know, a can't battle for center. The questions on the interior. You know who your tackles will be probably. Your left tackle will probably be Lance Hurd. He's your lone returning starter from that side of the ball, or on that line from last year. And I would think your right tackle will probably be the true freshman out of Charlotte and David Sanders. Big boy. He's a big one. Very talented young man up front. So I think that those are probably solidified. Although Josh Heupel certainly won't be telling you that. But from my view, that's kind of where we're at. But yeah, center, definitely a bit of a battle, and so yeah, I think there's a little bit more question on the offensive line side of the defense.
You did a story on the receiver corps, so who's the guy that's jumping out at you off the paper you think's going to have a good year catching the football?
I really like Mike Matthews, sophomore. Got a little bit, kind of came on as the year went along last year. Caught a touchdown. I think I had 3 catches against Vanderbilt there in the regular season finale. But he's a very talented, highly talented prospect coming out. He's going to see an expanded role in the offense now with so many guys out, whether it be due to graduation or transfer portal. So yeah, I like Mike Matthews there. Him, Chris Brazel, and Braylon Staley are 3 kind of key returners. But I think Mike Matthews is due for a big year.
All right, so selfishly promote the football tab. I use it a lot come broadcast time, which will be in, 16 days from kickoff now. We're coming down to it. Scrimmage tomorrow night, by the way, the Cyclones in Jeff County at 6:30 at the stadium. It's free. We'll be there to stream it for you, so we'll get ready kind of get you ready for there's 3 scrimmages. They got Jeff County, T.C. Robertson out of Asheville, and Union out of Virginia will be the 3 scrimmages before Alta Stadium in the next couple of weeks before we get started for when it counts for real. So promote that tab. It's a great tool. As I said, it's a great reference point for me throughout the broadcast season. Brag on it, would you please?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's something that we take a lot of pride in doing every year. All of us usually get 5 to 6 schools that we go to their media day. We, talk up with the head coach, talk to a couple players, try and get a feel for what these teams are going to be about. And, we try and provide that to you guys. This year I've gotten all the Carter County schools, Elizabeth and Hampton, Unaka, and I'll be at Happy Valley and Cloudland later this week. Kind of preview what these teams will be about, get a schedule, get a roster in with all of that, and just try and give people as much of a heads up as we can of what these teams are going to be about. Obviously, things can change between print day and let's say you're wanting to take a look at Sullivan East. We'll have Sullivan East in there. That will be delayed in the season. Things might be changing a little bit between when we print that thing. What Sullivan East will become. Game week for Elizabeth, but ultimately, especially here in August, just try and provide the best idea of what we can get for what these teams will be.
There you go. It's all coming up in 16 days, folks. Hard to believe. 2 weeks from Friday night, it's on. Cyclones, the 101st meeting against the Hilltoppers of Stacy Carter. We've had him on the show. We'll try him on the show next week. Next Wednesday, he's in practice mode right now. Of course, school has started back for Johnson City. Elizabeth and Carter County schools will start tomorrow. And so, everybody's pretty much back in. Unicoi County starts Friday. I think for all intents and purposes, at that point, all the Tennessee schools are in. A lot of the Virginia schools start next week and the week after. They always end later than the Tennessee schools, and they start later than the Tennessee schools. Some of them do, some of them don't. But anyway, most of the Tennessee schools will be in by Friday, and so it's here. You look at the fall sports, marching bands, cheerleaders, dance teams, color guard, football, volleyball, girls soccer, boys and girls cross country, and boys and girls golf. That's what's out there now for all the teams. Practicing art, golf's already started. I know some of the soccer's getting around, and some of the T. Duggar had a soccer match the other night, and so it's up and running. By the way, the T. Duggar Abington game tonight, the season opener got canceled. Abington said couldn't come, wasn't ready or something. Coach Witten's told me that yesterday, so they're going to have an orange and black night tonight at 5:30 at the stadium. It's pretty much an inter-squad game. Concession stand will be open, so you still get a chance to see football if you've got an anchor to see football. And that'll be coming up tonight at the stadium. The Abington game is canceled. They'll open things up next week when it counts at Sullivan Heights. So the T.A. Duggar Fighting Cyclones, trust me, when I watch them practice, they're loaded for bear. They can play. Looking forward to calling some of the games. So football tab comes out. Season starts 22nd. Comes out that week, right?
Yeah, it comes out the week of, and then we'll have a little bit smaller college football tab the week after, ahead of week 1 of college football season.
Let's go ahead and make a little bet. You are obviously a Tennessee Titan fan. I'm a win-loser time or Raider till I die. The Raiders. The Raiders. They play tomorrow night at Seattle. Going Pete Carroll's stomping ground. So the Raiders, if you want to do it, we'll do a friendly lunch wager if you want to. I'm going to say at the end of the year, regular season, the Raiders will have more wins than the Titans for a lunch bet.
I think I'll take that bet.
Ooh, okay.
I don't have the highest expectations for the Titans, but I think the Titans will probably end up with somewhere around 6 wins, and I think honestly that's probably about where I see the Raiders too. So it should come down to week 18, I would think. But yeah, I'm willing to take your lunch bet for Titans Raider win total.
Much to my granddaughter's delight, she rolls her eyes every time I say, "London, honey, this is the year the Raiders going to the Super Bowl." She's like, "Okay, whatever, Granddad, whatever." So she doesn't buy into the fact that I think this is the Raiders' year for the World Championship going to the silver and black. She says, "Whatever, Granddad." And she just rolls her eyes and giggles. She thinks I'm crazy, but that's okay. You got to believe. So I'm taking the Raiders. More wins my team than your team for a lunch bet into the regular season. You on?
I'm on.
All right, you saw the fist bump.
Yes, sir.
It's good. You know, when we grew up in West Virginia, a handshake was binding. If you shook a man's hand, it was good as giving him a vial of blood. When you shook his hands, like, you shake hands with something, it's going to happen. There you go. It's on. The Raiders. Man, I'm already getting ready to pick out my lunch from Chick-fil-A. Woo, I love it. All right. Good job. See you next Wednesday.
Yes, sir. Sounds like
Come back and do it again. Quick break. We'll be right back. Axel Stein shines next on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Donna Joseph Taylor, one of our great sponsors here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports. And what's going on at Ivy Hall Nursing Home?
Ivy Hall, we would love to have short-term rehab patients. If you go in for knee surgery, shoulder surgery, stuff like that, you need a little bit of rehab, please consider Ivy Hall. We have private rooms for our short-term rehab patients. We offer physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, full-time respiratory therapy. We'd love to take care of you.
Looking for help? Looking for folks to work here?
Absolutely, 100%. If you want to come in, if you're a CNA, LPN, RN, you want to work in dietary, laundry, housekeeping, we would love to have you. You can go to ivyhallnursingHome.com and fill out an application. Somebody will certainly call you back if you put in an application.
Yep. So all these different folks, you take care of these different therapy programs, right?
Absolutely. We love the short-term patients. We love the long-term patients. Either one, we want to take care of anybody that comes our way, for sure.
Social media?
Social media, Ivy Hall Nursing Home on Facebook, and like I said, ivyhallnursingHome.com.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, folks. Love promoting them. Again, the great folks here in Elizabethton, sponsor of the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, Ivy Hall Nursing Home.
Axel Steins. He's here, folks. Road trip. Got him into Johnson City. That doesn't happen often. First time you've been here, isn't it?
I've been here a couple times before here at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City.
But not on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
Yeah, but not on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Feels good to finally be here at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City with you today, obviously.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
There you go.
And 16 days until football, folks, so it's not that far away. Friday night will make it 14 days, 2 weeks until kickoff. Hard to believe we are getting ready for it coming up on August 22nd at Kermit Tipton, the 101st meeting against them Hilltoppers.
Against them Hilltoppers. I don't know what happened to the counter. It went away. I don't know. Hit a button? I'm not sure. Maybe it's over here. Let's see if it's over here. Nope, I don't know where it is. It went away. I'll have to get Carrie to put it back on there. Well, we know it's 16 days from today. So many hours and so many minutes. We know for sure it's 16 minutes 16 days till kickoff. And so Andrew Barnett's going to do the Cyclone Network, I was told.
Yeah.
Oh,
Boy.
hit that bell. Andrew Barnett's going to be our Cyclone Network guy this year. So Carrie Taylor's going to be in the stands being a mama.
Yeah, watching Tucker Taylor
I
play.
totally understand that. It's his senior year. Mama wants to be a mama, and I totally get it. So Andrew Barnett, who just graduated, who's an exceptionally talented young man.
Yeah, a former Cyclone basketball player.
Yes, he's now going to run the Cyclone Network for us. How many home games we have?
4.
4.
Yeah, so 6 road, 4 home this year.
Mm-hmm.
Next year we will have 6 home and 4 road.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Coming up top of the hour, Mr. Baseball is going to join us. Then we got Brendan Sweeney from Milligan and Jeff Burchville talking NASCAR coming up too. We're here at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Axel Steins is the man in the saddle right now talking to us. Again, if you're out there, you don't have a clue what we're talking about. The Cyclone Walk, it's your baby. Tell us what you do.
Yeah, folks. So it's where the guys come out of the locker room. I would always get them pepped up while me and Carrie are recording, of course, for the Tom Taylor Sports Show Facebook page, of course. So the first Cyclone Walk, I believe, will be the first Friday in September against Westridge. You were talking about them earlier about their schedule. Westridge.
They got a tough
They're
schedule.
going to start off, at Tennessee High, you know.
They only have 4 home games too. So, in my checking the schedule, Science Hill, Elizabethton, and Westridge, all 3 of those teams only have 4 home games. So it's not just us. Other fans are upset because they only have 4 home games. But next year you have 6 home games. Yeah, you got to look at it that way.
Good.
That's it. That's how you look at it.
So, and maybe I'll get to do a Cyclone Walk this year in the playoffs, too.
That's what we're hoping. Yeah. Yeah.
Fingers crossed right
Yeah.
now.
Sometimes in November it snows. You like snow? You like sled riding, throwing snowballs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And sometimes you would have to broadcast from your studio, of course.
Because the roads were bad. They couldn't get out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Axel knows more about me than I know about me. So there you go. It's good. So the Cyclone Walk, they come down the sidewalk and you high-five them, right?
Yeah. I also high-five Tuffy and Stormy, our mascots.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So first game is when?
September the 5th, which is of course the first Friday in September, obviously, against Westridge.
Westridge. Second game is?
The Cougars of Northview Academy on Homecoming 2025 on the 26th of September.
The third game that you'll do the Cyclone Walk is?
The third Friday in October against the Patriots of Sullivan East.
Yep. And the last game you'll do the Cyclone Walk in the regular season would be?
Senior night against the Eagles of Seymour.
So if you get into the playoffs, you get if you finish first or second in the league, you get a home game. So we want to get a home game, obviously.
Yeah, we need a home game.
Yeah.
We need to make it 4 home games if we go to the playoffs. If we either get first or second, like he just said, if we have 4 home games this year, then possibly we could make it to
5, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Get down to Chattanooga for the state championship.
I don't know who the first round team might be. We'll just have to see.
Yes.
But I know the second round team is Anderson County.
Usually it is, yeah.
Yeah.
Anderson County, of course, now Alcoa's in our league now, so it could be Alcoa. So, and they're really good. They've won like 11, like 8 or 9, maybe 11 state championships in a row. And these guys are a dynasty. So they're now in our league, or in our region, or in our class, I should say. So we'll have to wait and see. We take them one at a time. That first one is the Hilltoppers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right here in Johnson City.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many years has Coach Witten been the coach?
19.
19 years. You got
Next
it.
year will be his 20th year.
You got it.
Yeah. And I'm just happening to wear the appropriate T-shirt today for football. That is.
You do. You have the appropriate shirt on.
EHS football.
Yes, it does. EHS football on his shirt. He's ready. So tomorrow night, you going to the scrimmage? Tomorrow night, Jeff County at home. Axel Steins may be there making an appearance, folks. It's like Elvis, like a spotting of Elvis. Will he be there? Will he not be there? So we'll see. But it's tomorrow night, 6:30. It's free. There's scrimmage in Jeff County, which is a big physical football team. So it'll be a good test for our team. See how we do. That'll be tomorrow night at the stadium, 6:30. It's free. And so you want to get over there and check it out tomorrow night. The Cyclones in Jeff County. Axel Steins may make a cameo appearance. Tomorrow's first day of school. You ready?
Oh yeah.
You got your backpack packed? You got everything ready to go? Clothes laid out ready?
Yeah. Got my camera ready for my upcoming news class.
Yes. You're doing. Now tell you're going to the news. What are you doing at the school? Some kind of a news report? Is that right?
News class.
A news class.
Yeah, with Mr. Jenkins. You know, used to be Mr. Editor, but now he's gone.
Yeah, Mr. Editor moved to
Clemson.
Clemson.
Yeah.
So just took a job in Clemson, South Carolina.
And maybe Seth Carter might join Coach Honeycutt this year.
That's what I'm hearing. So
Yeah.
Seth Carter may move up to the high school, and so Mr. Jenkins is going to help you do the. That would be Jerry Jenkins or Brian Jenkins. Do you know which one? Don't know? Huh. Somebody's going to help him. Mr. Jenkins is going to help Axel do news.
Yeah. And I get out at 11:16 tomorrow, and I'll be at Duck Crossing tomorrow with Misty Counts, of course.
There you go.
Yeah. And Friday I'll be at Food City to wrap up my summer road trip. Oh, I'm gonna miss you.
I'm going to miss you too, buddy.
Yeah.
What are we? Put it right here.
Forever and ever.
Pals forever and ever. Love this guy. He's my buddy.
Yeah.
Put it right here. How do I finish my segment? What do you say?
Bloom where you planted it, and win or lose, be a good sport.
Be a good sport. Oh, boy.
Go Cyclones.
You can't top that, folks. We'll take a break. We'll be right back from Weight Loss Success Center here in Johnson City on the Tom Taylor Sports Show. Axel Stein's Shines.
Our success is your success.
Our buddy Sherry Holtzclaw, the owner of the Jewelers Bench, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show. A lot of jewelry stores. Why trade at the Jewelers Bench?
So we've been in business for 26 years.
Mhm.
John is the jeweler. Everything is done here. It stays here. We do not send anything out. You know, you go and buy from Zales or somewhere like that, you've got to send it off, and it's 4 weeks or whatever. But if you have any issues with your pieces, then he's here and you can talk to him face to face. You know, we've got great employees, great customers that have become pretty much family, and we are, you know, like you had mentioned, on some of second generation of people coming in. And, you know, it just, I think it says a lot being in business in a small town for almost 26 years.
Yep. You served their mom and dad, and now the kids are grown up, and you're serving them now. Take care of their jewelry needs as well. So, I mean, they're running the full slate. Watches, rings, Pandora. Oh, gosh. What else? You've got the Glock. You've got the Bearing watches. You got the G-Shocks. What else you got? What other watches?
So we have watches. So you said Citizens, Bearing, G-Shock. That's, yeah, I've got a new, some new bearings coming in soon.
So, full line of watches, full line of everything you need right here. The full-time jewelry store with the jewelry repair. The Jeweler's Bench. Hours are open.
So we're open Monday through Friday, 9:30 to 6, and on Saturday, 9:30 to 4.
Social media, how do we find you?
So we're on Facebook and Instagram.
And the phone number is?
423-542-5600.
Great sponsor. Been at it a long time. They love promoting the Jeweler's Bench right here on the Tom Taylor Sports Show and Elizabeth and Cyclone Sports.
And back on the Tom Taylor Sports Show, show number 2335. We're live at Chick-fil-A here in Johnson City. The new sandwiches coming out. Just had it, coming out on the 18th. It is the Pretzel Cheddar Club and the Cherry Berry. That'll be coming out on the 18th. You got a couple more weeks to enjoy the dragon fruit and also the peach. It's a pretzel bun with choice of chicken, seasoned cheddar cheese, applewood bacon, lettuce, and a mater, with a side of creamy Dijon mustard. That's going to be the new sandwich coming out on the 18th. It's going to be good. And then you have the cherry berry, which is a combination of cherry, cranberry, and blueberry flavors. I'm looking forward to having that. Sunjoy frosted tea, or now they're going to let you, they're going to combine it with Sprite. So there you go. It's on the screen. Yep. By the way, if you want a tray from here, football season right around the corner, or just for any time, really. this weekend, tonight, tomorrow, whenever. 952. Again, you got to use 423 now because we have a new area code. So now you got to put everything out there at 423 because we have I think it's 729 is the new area code around here. We're growing so fast. 423-952-0031. So you got to put the area code on there now. It won't go through. I found that out the hard way. So 423-952-0031. Mr. Baseball's here. Before we get into the segment, excuse me, I want to tell you again, hang on. I want to tell you about, again, what's going on with Cannon Fine Home Furnishings. They got two new bedding lines in, the Nectar and the Dream Cloud. Now, these have a 365-day comfort return. So if you buy today, you got a year from now. If you happen to go in next August the 5th of 2026, no, I don't like it. I've had it for this long, I don't want it, don't like it. You get your money back.
Wow.
That tells you they believe in the product. They give you a year to decide if you don't like it or not.
Wow.
They have, FYI, 45 different mattresses on display at Cannon Fine Home Furnishings. Over 50 recliners that you can go sit in. Different sizes, fabric, leather. They also have 20 console love seats, where it's a him and hers, or his and hers, whatever. They got those that we can sit down to. They got a whole room full of recliners to check them out. Now, here's what's going on right now with the special, and we'll get into Mr. Baseball. You buy one. Is your mother watching?
Yeah, she's watching.
Tom, you're so goofy. Thank you. Come from you, ma'am. I take that as a compliment from Ed. Buy one piece, you get 10% off right off the top. You buy two pieces of furniture, you get 20% off the highest paid piece of furniture. It's not like you have to take off the bottom piece. If you the highest piece of furniture, price-wise, you take 20% off that. If you buy three pieces, you get 30% off the highest priced piece of furniture you got. That's a really good deal. Or you have 0% interest financing for up to 4 years, 2029, where you have to start paying on it. At Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings till Labor Day. So there you go. Got some good stuff going on. Got, over the years, I bought living room set, bedroom set, 2 recliners, a gooseneck lamp for my office to work on stuff. So I'm a big fan of Cannon's Fine Home Furnishings. I'm a big fan of Mr. Baseball. You were there at Speedway Classic. What was your take?
I was. Yeah, so my team lost, but
Right.
But, Saturday night came out. Chase Burns was unhittable, struck out 2 of the 3 batters he faced. Unfortunately, he was burned up Saturday night, couldn't pitch on Sunday, so I think the result might have been a little different if it had 5 or 6, maybe 7 innings of Chase Burns instead of a bullpen game like it ended up being. But, it was what it was. It was fun. The atmosphere was neat. A lot of the issues people are talking about are real.
You were there.
I observed several things, like the running out of food and things like that. That happened. I saw people eating hot dogs with no buns and things like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, they were selling hot dogs without the bun, but they didn't get the price any. But,
Oh.
Yeah.
Still got a hot dog with no bun, full price.
Yeah. Just got a weenie.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a $7 weenie.
And they ran out of food.
Yeah.
They ran out of ice. I heard they ran out of ice.
So ran out of a lot of the souvenirs too, because we stood in line at 4 different souvenir stands to get my daughter a T-shirt.
Couldn't get one.
They sold out of all 4 of them.
Really? They're
They had
making.
plenty of Brave stuff, plenty of Brave souvenirs, but if you wanted the red stuff, it was hard to get.
Understandably so.
So.
Reds are a better team. Ooh.
I think they planned for a lot of the Braves fans, because there were more Braves fans there than Reds fans.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Especially on Sunday afternoon.
Yeah.
But it was a neat atmosphere. They had the players go around the field in trucks as they before the game started. They introduced the starting lineups by running in from center field.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they had race cars on the field out there they had a Braves car and a Reds car, and before they introduced the starting lineups, they had a pit crew out there changing tires on the cars on the field. It was pretty cool the way they did it.
So, position players ran in from center field, still coming out of the dugouts.
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty neat. I didn't know
They
that.
introduced them one by one, and
They ran to their position.
Well, no, they ran to the
Foul line.
to the baseline.
Baseline, yeah.
And they, yeah, it was kind of weird because they did the first base to second baseline and the second base to third baseline. Is what they ran to. I guess because they were coming out from center field, maybe. But and then all the other players, you know, joined them out there. Were already out there from each team. So it was kind of neat the way they did that. When somebody hit a home run, which there were 2 home runs hit in the game, both of them by Eli White.
The car went around.
The car went around with the flag.
I thought that was
That was pretty cool too.
classy touch.
Yeah, that was neat. Yeah, so it was a good experience. I'm glad I win. I wish my team had won, but
What's it on the back of her leg? That lady's got a tattoo.
I tried to something, but I don't know.
Yeah.
That's all I could say.
Yeah. So
I try to make sense of things. That's what her tattoo says.
young lady here with a tattoo on the back of her calf says, I try to make sense of things.
Yeah.
Ma'am, that's my everyday living. I try to make sense of things. And I don't do a very good job. So
Yeah.
there you go.
So
I kind of cop. Sorry, I cop.
Catch your attention.
I go to shiny things, bright things. I mean, I'm easily distracted. So a tattoo on the back of the lady's calf will get me every time.
Yeah.
All right. So they came in from center. So Johnny Bench and Chipper Jones got the first pitch.
So Johnny Bench ended up not throwing out a first pitch.
Oh.
He ended up catching one.
Okay.
They brought out
Kyle Busch
and Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott, yep.
And they were supposed to catch the first pitches. But Kyle Busch took his catcher's mitt to Johnny Bench.
Understandably
It
so.
made him go catch the first pitch, and he threw it.
The greatest catcher of all time.
Yes, he
Yeah.
wouldn't want to
Who
throw.
wouldn't?
He wouldn't want to throw a pitch to him.
Big thrill.
Yeah, yeah.
So Bush threw it to him, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah. So I read where he said, I won a lot of races. He said, apparently he's a big Johnny Bench fan. He said, that was at the top of the thrills to me to throw to Johnny Bench on the first pitch.
I'm sure.
Ceremonial first pitch.
Yeah.
And Chipper Jones threw to
Chase Elliott.
Chase Elliott. Had a flyover.
Yeah.
So trying to think of everything that I heard about. So the car went around.
So the flyover went over both my mom's house and my house because my wife was talking about going in at our house. I guess they were headed back to the airport. I don't know. They flew over our house too.
Yeah, they went back to typically in the race they do at the race they fly back to once they Greenville Spartanburg.
Oh, okay.
Cause they be there about 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And they don't mess around. It's like,
Oh yeah.
so
Yeah.
so good thing. Everybody yapping about the rain. Can't control
Can't
it.
help the rain.
Can't control
Yeah, I
it.
mean, so Saturday night, yeah, we got cold and wet.
Yeah.
You know,
It was cold.
It was it after you got wet, it got a little cold. So yeah, but you know, it was what it was. A lot of people didn't come back on Sunday. You know, we had a couple of ladies sitting beside us, and they were Reds fans. We were kind of surrounded by Braves fans, but a couple of ladies sitting beside us were Reds fans, so I struck up a conversation with them. And I said, "Are you from Ohio?" And they said, "Well, originally, but we live in Knoxville now." So they were driving back to Knoxville after the game, and I told Abigail when we were leaving, I said, I bet they won't be back, and they're not. But here's what I did. This was so funny because, you know, I'm 500 feet from home plate.
Right.
You know, I mean, because that was the only drawback was you lost sight of the ball. Being so far away from the field, you lost track of where the ball was. You had to just look to see who was making a play.
Mm-hmm.
So the first pitch of the game, it was called a ball. And I went, no, that was a strike. And the girl beside me just goes,
How would you know that?
and I said, I'm just kidding.
I love it.
I said, I'm just being funny because there was no way to see out there where we were.
So far away.
Yeah.
Did they have it up on the Jumbotron?
They did.
With the screen and Colossus?
Yeah.
Now, rumor has it, I got to confirm this, they said there was a guy with white hair and glasses worked his way up on the stage of the Pitbull concert. I said, dear Lord, tell me when Greg Sauer. You were not on the Pitbull stage, were you
I
not?
was not.
Okay.
I was not.
I heard he was a dud.
I think he only did one song. That I heard.
What I heard, whatever he sang, he wasn't very good.
Yeah,
So.
I only heard.
And I don't know the guy.
And to be honest, the concert, they didn't have it going through the stadium speakers.
Oh.
And I couldn't hear it.
Okay.
I
So that's
really couldn't even hear it. I mean, I have video of part of Tim McGraw that I took just so I could show people that I couldn't hear. And you couldn't hear the concert from my seat. They kept saying, be in your seat by 6 for the concert. You couldn't hear it.
that was okay. I can tell you that was a faux pas because I know up there the sounds of the big Your mom said this one time. They crank that sound system.
She can hear it in her house.
It can rattle her windows.
Yes.
So.
She's heard your voice rattle her windows.
Yep, she told me one time.
Yeah.
So if they didn't run the concert to the house system, big mistake.
Yeah, they did.
Somebody dropped the ball out. I don't know who it was, but
Yeah.
so the Pitbull's up there, and you had Jake Owens out. Did you go out on the fan zone? Did you go out there? And
Yeah, we were out there.
Pretty cool stuff out there.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff from both teams. You know, they had race cars for both teams painted up, and they had like I think it's called something Legends thing where you could walk through, and the left side was the Reds, the right side was the Braves. They had all these old, big, huge displays of old players. I took pictures of all the Reds ones. I saw Hank Aaron from the Braves. I can't tell you who else they had up there. But
was the man up there, Doggy Tony Perez?
He was.
He was there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Guy.
he was.
He can play.
Yeah.
He could play anyway.
He was there. Eric Davis, Barry Larkin.
They were in person?
No.
They're not in a walk.
Just the pictures and stuff of them. So I took pictures of all that. MLB studio guys were there. I took a picture of their stage, but nobody was there when I was there. But they had a lot of neat stuff. Ferris wheel was there, and the concert stage was pretty packed. I mean, there was a lot of people around it. Which, when we first got there, I just took a picture of the sea of people. It was just a sea of people, and we just went ahead and got in line to try to get merch, and still couldn't get a T-shirt.
Merch. Now we're getting these names. We're getting merchant. We're merchant.
Yeah.
So I guess you're telling me I didn't get a souvenir.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, I did?
Yeah,
Oh, gosh.
Open it up.
Of course I did.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
I'm kind of giddy already.
So,
Ev's going, Tom, you're so goofy. I'm getting kind of giddy because he was nice enough to get me a. Oh,
gotcha, the
yeah.
official program.
Whoa. Hold it there, sir, please.
Yes, sir.
Official program of the Speedway Classic. Wow. I can't sit here and go through this because I got a show to do, but now there's Tim McGraw.
Yeah.
Picture Tim McGraw. So I understand he was pretty good. He and Jake Owens did pretty good. Pitbull's a dud. And I don't know anything about any of it. Well, I know Tim McGraw.
I just saw Pitbull for one song. That's all that I think he did was one song.
There he is.
Yep, there he is.
There's the man right there.
There's your guy, Tony Perez.
Tony Perez. Big, they called him Doggy in the clubhouse. Said he was, Johnny Bench said he was the glue to our clubhouse. He could go 4 for 4 over before he's still the same.
Yeah.
Same temperament. Didn't get just kind of steady as you go.
Yeah. So
Smells new. I like it.
You can sit down tonight and there's a scorecard. You can sit down tonight and read to your heart's content. There's some good articles in there.
Oh, love it.
Really good stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Presented by BuildSubmarines.com. It's the title sponsor of the games.
Yes.
Which I thought was interesting.
So there was.
Do I get to keep the poll?
Yeah, just stick it in. I just kind of take that together.
Whoa.
So keep it in there. But yeah, Build Submarines had this thing out front in the fan zone with virtual welding.
Oh, you can go to really?
Virtual welding. I didn't try it, but it was kind of neat. Virtual welding. You could go in like you were building a submarine.
Actually go in and do it. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned. Don't go too far away. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to let him catch his breath. We're going to dial into why he's here. He's giving us his recap of the Speedway Classic. We'll be right back after this from Chick-fil-A. We'll jump in and talk about what's going on in Major League Baseball. He's here, Mr. Baseball, on the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
So I stopped in at Chick-fil-A for lunch and saw Officer Wilson come in. I decided to place a dine-in mobile order and have a cookie delivered to him just to show appreciation for his service for our community.
A few minutes later, I noticed that Officer Wilson had gotten up and left, and I knew he hadn't gotten his cookie yet.
I'm headed to my car. I turn around and I see Allie, and she's running after me.
Mr. Police Officer, Mr. Police Officer.
Usually when someone yells officer, officer, they want to ask me about a ticket they got. I absolutely wanted the cookie. This cookie is delicious.
My name is Meredith, and a little thing I love about Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese is the oven-toasted, cheesy top layer. If home had a flavor, it would be Chick-fil-A's mac and cheese. I'm passionate about it.
Back on the Tom Dillon Sports Show. Here we are, ready to go. So, Speedway Classic in the books. Maybe they'll do it again. I don't know. But it's a huge undertaking to do what they did. Now they're going to start the process of tearing the bike down, tearing it out. They donated the turf to the East Tennessee State Baseball Stadium, Thomas Stadium here in Johnson City, which I thought was pretty cool. And so that's not going to be thrown away. It's going to be utilized by the ETSU baseball program, which I thought was a very nice touch. So let's take a look. It's here. We're on the backside of the trade deadline. We got teams making moves. We're ready to go. So let's see what we do here. Last night, you put Garrett Crochet on the mound for the Boston Red Sox in front of a packed house. And so threw a 96.7 mile per hour fastball to end the game. So they won 7 in a row, 9 of the last 10. Got 7 innings from Crochet. So all of a sudden the Red Sox are in the hunt. Yankees are on a tailspin, and
they are.
And the Red Sox are on an uptick.
Absolutely. Red Sox are not going to let the Blue Jays run away with it, that's for sure. But the Yankees are in trouble. I mean, they really are. If I was a Yankees fan right now, I'd be a little concerned. Because they got Judge back, so that's good. You know, he's back in the lineup, so that's going to make a difference. But if I were the Yankees, I'd be a little concerned right now.
Well,
they may not make the playoffs.
So Jeter and Rodriguez have come out against Aaron Boone. They've been very outspoken and said, you know, and that, he doesn't need that. Why are you doing that? You know, I mean, I know there's Yankees, and I get all that, but why are you hammering the guys? Do the best you can.
Yeah.
So I don't like that. It's like, Derek, babe, you made your money. You're the captain, and he with the Marlins.
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Speaking of that.
Yeah.
Do you know there is one team in Major League Baseball with an all-time winning record against the New York Yankees? Only one team.
The Miami Marlins.
The Miami Marlins. They are 25-24 all-time against the Yankees.
Really? The only one?
The only team with a winning record against the New York Yankees all-time.
Hello, Rick Ransom down in Pensacola. What's the weather like down there today? Hello to Brenda White. That's a new name. Thank you, ma'am. Carolyn Birchfield. We're live here at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City talking baseball with Mr. Baseball. So the Marlins, only team ever out of all the teams that have a winning record against the Yankees. It's really impressive. I would have never guessed that.
Yeah, that includes playoffs, World Series, everything. They're the only team that's got a winning record against the New York Yankees.
So Raleigh continues to swing. He's not a fluke. He's the real deal.
He is.
He's getting it done. Cal Raleigh.
Yeah.
And the Mariners getting it done. So we're going to talk about that in a moment. Yeah. Evan Carter out until at least August the 12th with back problems again. So hate that. He's been injury prone in his career. Does that make him more or less more expendable / trade bait in the future if he continues to be hurt?
So if he continues to be hurt, it hurts his trade value, I'm afraid, which means, they won't get as much in return, which means they may not decide to trade him. I think he would be a player that somebody would take a look at, though, and say, hey, let's go out and get this guy, give him a shot.
Give him a shot.
Yeah.
He's young.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get him on the mend.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not advocating he's going to be traded. I don't want him to be traded unless he gets somebody to play. But he's playing on a regular basis when he's not hurt.
Right.
So.
And the Rangers are playing extremely well right now.
Yeah,
I think they're half the game out of the wild card right now.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that in a second. But yes, Evan Carter's on the shelf until at least the 12th with the back spasms, back injury, which has been it's ongoing. He plays, but the guy goes 120% all the time. So that's part of it. He gives you 120.
He doesn't hesitate to dive for balls.
No.
Run into the wall or whatever.
No, whatever it takes.
Yeah, so he's one of those guys that's, going to get hurt from time to time because he does those things.
A couple of weeks ago, that ground ball to second base on the grass in the infield, which is usually a cut down play at the plate. Here comes Evan Carter from third, goes in strong. They called him out, they appealed it, and he ends up being safe. But I thought that just epitomizes Evan Carter. Coming in from third, wide open on a ground ball that wasn't that deeply hit.
Right.
So that's how he plays.
Yeah.
And when you do that, you have more times not an increased chance of getting hurt. So the Brewers, 23-6 in the last 29 road games. They're 23-6 on the road in the last 29, 11-1 in the last 12. They are 44-16 since May the 25th. best 60-game stretch of any season in franchise history. Their plus 126 run differential is the best in the majors. These guys came out of the gate at 0-4 to start the season. I mean, they're the real. Milwaukee's the real deal, aren't
They
they?
absolutely are. They have the best record in baseball right now, and the reason for that, for one, the return of Brandon Woodruff. He is really he's been pitching really well, but everybody's contributing. Even the guys you wouldn't think would be contributing, they are. And if somebody that you usually count on to really come through for them is not that particular night, somebody else steps up. I mean, it's really funny because the team as a whole has not gotten in a slump at all. Which most teams go into a slump as a team where they just don't hit for a few games.
That's not happening.
It's not happening for them.
As a team, they've had guys do it, but not a team do
They've
it.
had guys do it, but as a team, somebody seems to pull through every night and just be that guy that will help them win.
So you look, we'll start in that division. NL Central, Milwaukee's won 5 in a row, 8 out of 10. The Cubs have lost 2. The Reds have won 2 in a row, and 6 out of 10. They're 9.5 back. Right now, it's a 2-horse race. Milwaukee leads the Cubs by 4. The Reds, on their outside looking in, are 9.5 back, but they're still in the hunt for the wild card. So, right now it's the Milwaukee top 5 teams in baseball. Milwaukee, by percentage points, Toronto, the Dodgers, the Phillies, and the Cubs. So, NL playoffs coming in NL time is going to be really, really good.
Yes, it really
I mean, you look at the Phillies, the Mets, the Brewers, the Cubs, the Dodgers, Padres. I guess you got to throw the Reds in there and give them a shot. Maybe the Giants will catch fire, but they're 500 right now.
Yeah.
The NL playoffs going to be really, really good.
It's going to be really good. I'm excited to see what happens. Here was the thing at the All-Star break, they broke down the schedule, said who has the toughest schedule in the second half of the season. That would be the Cincinnati Reds. But here's the thing about Terry Francona. In his managerial history, his teams traditionally have performed much better in the second half of the season than they have in the first half. So I'm anxious to see if that happens this year with the Reds, with the toughest schedule in all of baseball.
That's encouraging.
Yeah.
Phillies lead the Mets by 2.5. Phillies, again, on top. Mets have lost 3 in a row, 7 out of 10. They're kind of in a tailspin right now. They're 2.5 back, which, that's not insurmountable, but they're not playing real good baseball right now in New York. In the West, the Dodgers lead the Padres by 3. Padres have won 8 out of 10. That's another team, kind of like the Mets. The Padres, Dodgers can't shake them.
No, they can't. And the Padres, out of every team at the trade deadline, the Padres made more moves than anybody. They did everything they could to improve that team, and they did do that. Now, let's see what they gave up, too, because they gave up twice as many prospects as they got players in return. And, you hope that they didn't give away the future to win this year.
It's interesting to pick up J.P. Sears. He had a bad outing as they shipped him to AAA. So I thought, whoa, that was a gamble for the moment. It didn't work out.
Right.
So it may change, obviously. But so there's your NL. Phillies by 2.5 in the East. Brewers by 4 of the Cubs in the Central. The Dodgers lead the Padres by 3 in the West. We'll get into the wild card here in a moment. In the American League, in the West, the Astros just kind of bouncing around a little bit. They still lead the Mariners by 3 and the Rangers by 4.5. Mariners won 2 in a row. The Rangers have won 2 in a row. The Astros won 2 in a row. Houston by 3 over the Mariners and 4.5 over the Rangers. So something tells me the Mariners are going to kick it in here.
I think they are. They went out and got Eugenio Suarez. That's the guy everybody was wanting.
Yep.
And they went out and got him, and of course he's come back and just knocked the cover off the ball like everybody knew he would. And picked up right where he left off with Seattle when he was last with them. And great move for them. Great move. That's exactly what they needed to do. They're not going to let Houston get away. They're going to fight till the last day of the season.
Yep. So it's going to be a great race down the stretch.
And Texas too. Don't count Texas out. They're only 4.5 games out, and I think they still got a shot in the division.
Evaldi's pitching well. Of course, Jacob DeGrom's a double-digit winner now in the bigs.
Yeah.
And so, did Evaldi win the other night? If he did, he goes into double digits.
Yeah, he did.
So they both have 10-game wins.
He pitched a fantastic game.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
So that's the West and the AL Central. Detroit, 66-49, but there's some chinks in the armor. It's down to 7 now. The Guardians have won 2 in a row, 7 out of 10. So don't look now. Here comes Cleveland, and they're making only 3 over 500, but they've got them inside of single digits. That's a good sign for Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland. So they made a few trades. They traded Shane Bieber, who hadn't pitched for them this year, but they made that trade. Cleveland, I think what they need to worry about right now is the guys that are having issues with gambling. Emmanuel Clase specifically, their closer.
I don't know that.
Oh, he's like suspended with pay right now
From the Guardians?
while they're investigating.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, there's another player too. I can't remember the other guy's name off the top of my head. But there are 2 guys for the Cleveland Guardians that are right now, I guess you'd say they're on the restricted list or something like that.
They're in trouble.
Yeah, and they haven't come out and said exactly what has happened, but there's some evidence there that something has gone on, and we'll see. It'll come out. We'll hear about it. But the suspension is with pay, so they would do it without pay if they thought it was going to be something I think extremely bad. But I'm anxious to see what they come out and say has happened.
Hello, Bill Birchville. Hello to Carolyn Birchville. Hello to Jimmy Stout out in Georgia. Hello to Jonathan Morton, Dia Smith, Brenda White. Oh, I know Brenda White. Brenda White. Hello, Mrs. White. How you doing? I think she's still the same great teacher at Town Acres Elementary, I think. All right, Detroit. So we go to the East. Blue Jays lead the Red Sox by 3, the Yankees by 6.5. Yankees are dropping like a rock. They lost 5 in a row, 6 out of 10. The Red Sox on the flip side have won 7 in a row, 9 out of 10. They're down to 3 games. And then the Blue Jays are right there on top, again with the best record in baseball at 67-48. So I guess the question was about 3 weeks ago, is Cora in trouble with his job in Boston? I would think, unless they have a complete meltdown in the next 60 days, he's going to be okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think he'll be fine.
Yeah.
Who would have thought, Tom? We're sitting here, what's today's date? August 6th.
Yeah.
The New York Yankees and the Cincinnati Reds would have the exact same record.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that?
Who'd have thunk it? You're right.
But they do.
Here's your scheduled day games, and we'll get into this. What else? There's a lot of day games today.
A lot of day games today.
Baltimore and Philadelphia, Giants at Pittsburgh, Detroit hosting Minnesota, Guardians in New York against the Mets, Cincinnati and Chicago, the Cubbies at Wrigley at 2:20 start, the Rangers without Evan Carter at home against the Yankees, Toronto at Colorado, Tampa Bay against the Angels in L.A., Cardinals against the Dodgers in Dodger Stadium, and Houston, Miami. These are all day games. Under the lights tonight, Athletics in Washington, Kansas City at Boston, the Atlanta Braves with Spencer Strider hosting Milwaukee, White Sox in Seattle, and San Diego, Arizona. That's your big league schedule. What else going on? Anything else?
So you mentioned that Athletics Nationals game. Did you see what happened? Shea Langelier, the catcher for the A's, batted in the leadoff spot for the first time in his career, which catchers don't typically do that, So.
Come here, little fella. Tell everybody who you are. Can they see you?
Barely.
Stand up on that little.
Stand up here.
Stand right up here on. There you go. Look at this. Tell everybody who you are, sir. You don't need to? Well, I want you to.
The camera.
They're right here.
Look right there. You're on camera.
What's your name? Leroy? Liam. What's your last name, Liam? Liam Sproles. What grade you in, Liam? You start school tomorrow? What school? West Side? East Side? West Side. Liam Sproles, first grade. You had a good summer? What's the best thing you did this summer? You went to the beach, went to Dollywood. What'd you do? What's your favorite thing? You don't know. That's what I like.
Today. Be on the show.
Hanging out with Tom Taylor.
Be on the show.
Go get you some lunch, Liam Sproles. There you go.
So what was I saying? You don't know.
Remember the show Art Linkletter, Kids Say the Darndest Things?
Yes.
I want to do that show so bad. Put a kid in front of you. You don't know what they're going to say.
Yeah.
So he looked at me like, you're a moron. I mean, you just know what they're going to say. I love that show.
Yeah.
Kids Say the Darndest Things, Art Linkletter.
Yeah.
Guess I'm showing my age. Bill Cosby did it too.
He did, yeah.
At one point. So anyway, you were talking about somebody.
Shaylin Lears, the
Yeah.
catcher for the A's, batted leadoff for the first time in his career yesterday, and which catchers don't typically do.
Mhm.
You know, the first catcher I can ever remember batting leadoff, and I'm probably wrong about this, but the first one I remember was Jason Kendall. Did it for the Pirates. I remember him doing that, and I always thought that was so weird, a catcher batting leadoff, because I'd never seen it before. Shaylin Lears batted leadoff the first time in his career yesterday, hit 3 home runs.
There you go. 3 home runs.
3 home runs from the leadoff spot.
An adrenaline rush.
That is only the second time in Major League Baseball history that a catcher batting leadoff has hit 3 home runs in a game.
There you go.
The other time it happened was not that long ago.
Who was it?
Travis d'Arnaud.
From the Braves.
I don't know who he was playing for when he did it. Yeah, he's played for several teams, but I didn't look up exactly when it was that he did it. But yeah, he's the only catcher, only other catcher to bat leadoff and hit 3 home runs in a game from the leadoff spot.
Man, thank you for that program. That's awesome.
Oh, you're welcome.
I don't care what Wendy says. I like you. You're a nice guy. Ev, Cherry Cream Deluxe. I'm kissing up for a free pie. Come on now. I'm pandering for food on the show. Cherry Cream Deluxe. At least I got the name right.
Cherry cream pie.
I still didn't get it right.
Yeah.
He's told me that 100 times. Cherry cream pie.
Yeah, cherry cream pie.
Ev, look at me. I'm withering away to nothing. You got to feed the bear. Come on, Ev. Make me a cherry cream pie.
Yeah.
Here you go. See you next week.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir. Quick break. We'll be right back. We've got them lined up. We've got Mr. Birch and Mr. Swingy going to join us next on the Tom Dillon Sports Show.
You're one of our great sponsors. Christmas Club savings account for next year. Tell me about it.
Yes, let's talk about it because now you're going to have 12 months to do this. What better time than right now to open your Christmas Club savings? There's no cost on this. This is just something that we can help you transfer automatic funds, either weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, out of your check. So that way you won't even have to worry about it. And each time that you have that transferred, either you can do it yourself or deposit into this account, or we can have automatic draft set up. That's just convenient for you. And like I said, it's just another sub account to your savings and checking at Northeast Community Credit Union. So if you have any questions, visit bemycu.org or come in and see us at one of our convenient locations or call 423-547-1200.
And you cut checks when? Next year? October, November? So when you get your checks?
Yes.
Save it up all year?
Yeah, so direct deposit could be your monthly paycheck.
Okay.
And so you can allocate a percentage of that paycheck into the Christmas Club. And that way, when you get to October, November, it's going to be built up. And so it's a great feature, and people love it.
The Christmas Club savings account for Christmas 2024?
Yes.
From Northeast Community Credit Union, one of our great sponsors of the Tom Dillon Sports Show and Cyclone Sports.
Back on the Tom Dillon Sports Show number 2335. We're joined by our buddy Jeff Birchfield, sports writer, Johnson City Press, King Sport Times News. Were you at the Speedway Classic? Did you go?
Oh, yeah, I was there both days.
All right. What was your take on a 1 to 10, 1 being god-awful, 10 being over the moon good? How would you rate it out, sir?
Well, on Saturday, obviously, it's about a 3. The Speedway Major League Baseball did an amazing job with, some of the pregame stuff, the introductions and things that really baseball hadn't seen. Obviously, the weather just killed it. You had this great atmosphere going into the game. The weather killed it. You've heard the complaints of some of the fans where they ran out of food and concessions, and all that. And obviously a terrible experience for them. Come back Sunday, focus just on the game itself. I thought it was a 9. I mean, it was a very entertaining game with Braves and Reds. You had Eli White, who had only hit 4 home runs all season, hit 2 home runs that bounced off the backstretch, you know.
Which is cool.
Yeah, which is really cool, you know. And Braves win 4-2. You could have had maybe even a more dramatic finish, you know. You had runners on first and second, and then you had De La Cruz up there for the Reds, you know. If he had hit a walk-off, you know, that would have been incredible.
Sweet.
But, you know, it was good. It was a really good game Sunday. Great experience on Sunday. The people who come back for the game, which is about half the crowd, really enjoyed it, you know, and all. And I've heard, you know, mixed reviews. There were some people who, you know, enjoyed Saturday despite, but others, you know, the weather just totally ruined it for them, you know.
The staff up there did all they could do. I know them. I worked with them for 20 years. They did all they could do and can't control the weather. There's things they obviously could have done better. But again, on a 1 to 10, you would sit about a 9. What you gave it?
On Sunday, yeah. Now, like I said, Saturday, probably a 3.
Yeah.
But now let me say something here, because they're not able to publicly say it, obviously, but Bristol Motor Speedway, Jerry Caldwell came out Monday and had the media availability, and he took the blame for it and said, hey, you know, we're sorry for the fans thing. It was not. Some of the things in place with Major League Baseball's decision, you know, if you go to a NASCAR race at Bristol Motor Speedway, you can bring a cooler and have a little food and drink, you know, that you bring with you. You know, Major League Baseball did not allow any of that, you know. So, you know, they took the blame, you know, totally for that, which is the right thing to do, you know, because ultimately they want people that visit their facilities to have a great experience, and, you know, that's, but it's sometimes tricky. I've been involved in that on the other side. You know, I work as a sports writer, but I've also worked with the company RG Sports in Florida, and, you know, we'd have places that would rent out our facilities, and that happens at Kingsport Speedway, like that Tour of Destruction. I remember during COVID, there's big controversy. All these people are piled in here. Well, that's the Tour of Destruction's event. They rent out the facility, you know, so, you know, they're the ones that set the rules on that. So, you know, that happens sometimes.
As I said earlier in the show with Andrew, you know, I was a track announcer in Bristol for 20 years. So here's what a lot of folks don't know. He knows this. He's in the media. They work 6 months, 5 months, whatever, to get pre-race, get all the celebrities in there, get everything going on, and it starts raining, or NASCAR comes in and says, I've seen it time and time again, because I'm part of the pre-race up there at that point. Cut the pre-race, forget the driver intros, start the race. We want 251 laps and we go home. I've seen that. I can tell you that firsthand. So, some of the stuff went on up there was not to control a Bristol Motor Speedway, it was Major League Baseball.
That's true, and they had both Bristol Motor Speedway and Major League Baseball had a lot of this in the pregame show with Tim McGraw and all that, so they're not going to cut that part of the program out either, you know, so, I mean, that's, you know, part of it.
So my point of that is the Speedway gets the bad rap, but it's not always their fault. This time MLB had some say-so, and I know firsthand NASCAR has a big say-so when they come to town on September the 13th when they come in April. So there you go. Did you get to meet any celebs up there? Did you rub elbows?
Well, I mean, I was Governor Lee. I don't know how big of a celebrity, you know, people consider him the Tennessee governor, obviously. Up there, Marcus Smith, I talked to him, who is the chairman of Speedway Motorsports. Met it, you know, obviously Johnny Bench and Chipper Jones, that's probably two biggest from the baseball world, two great Hall of Famers. And then I saw some NASCAR guys there, you know, Eric Amarola, talked to him. He's going to come back and race in the Food City 300 and all. I didn't really get to talk to Kyle Busch and Chase Elliott. They just really flew in to throw out that first pitch and all that. Saw from a distance, you know, quite a few people like John Smoltz and some different folks like that.
Yeah. He told me All-Star Weekend you got to meet Aaron Judge. And he
Aaron Judge and Otani, actually. You know, I got to see those guys All-Star Weekend, but no, neither one of them were obviously there, you know, Saturday night.
So the celebrities I get to meet are Jeff Birchfield, Andrew Smith, Brendan Sweeney. That's who I get to meet. So
well, lucky you.
I don't. That's a good way to look at it. What are you complaining about, dude? You get to hang out with Jeff Birchfield.
Right. But no, and here's the cool thing. I mean, I cover that event, you know, but I also cover Kingsport Speedway Friday night. And we've talked about this before. It's cool to meet celebrities. I mean, I guess the two most famous guys in sports I've probably got to interview are LeBron James and Peyton Manning. But, you know, more important than that are the relationships you do build with the local people, you know, that you deal with over and over.
get to be this guy virtually every week. Love having him on the show. So NASCAR, Watkins Glen, sleeper yawner. Saw Richard Petty the other night on an interview. Man, he was all about NASCAR. They got to fix this thing. He's got a little Jimmy in it. That's what he said. We got to fix this thing. Too many road courses. He said it's not really NASCAR. And I love that because the King came out and said it. I'm right there with him. It's Watkins Glen this weekend. Could care. Well, this is me. Could care less. I mean, I know it's part of it, but you still got Richmond and Daytona left, so you got two, particularly X Factor racetrack at Daytona. So right now you've got pretty much nailed down. You got I think I looked at the points. You got like 14 guys pretty well nailed down. You got maybe two spots open, and so it's still costing the win for the Kyle Bushes and A.J. Allmenders, these guys, right?
Yeah, definitely. And, you know, Watkins Glen, it's funny you talked about that. Another guy who's really been critical of NASCAR lately, a Hall of Famer, is Mark Martin. He's a guy who's a former winner at Watkins Glen, but, you know, he's another one, like on the road courses and the way the points are, you know, he's not really a big fan of, you know, the direction the sport has gone the last little bit. But, yeah, Watkins Glen, Kyle Busch is a former winner there, but you know, you don't know if the Richard Childress racing cars are up to snuff. Now, on the other hand, last year at Richmond, you know, Austin Dillon won there. He dominated most of the race. Had controversy there at the end after a caution, but he was well out in front before that caution fell.
We say this about every week if there's a road course. You still have Richmond and Daytona left in the playoff start. Why does it? Maybe it's just you and I are in the minority. The more I talk to people on NASCAR, most people I talk to can't stand road courses or don't like them. One, maybe two, I think there's 7 on the schedule this year. Why does NASCAR not hear the people's out here paying the ticket price to go to these races? Why do they not hear what they say and abide by what the fans want?
I really don't understand that. I think, you know, you got Ben Kennedy, who's the grandson of Bill France Jr., calling a lot of the shots now, and he's a young guy, and you know, they've all been enthralled with Formula One racing and Formula One road courses. That's not stock car racing. I mean, stock car racing, the best of it's on the short tracks. I mean, that's, you know, you look at, you know, like the Cars Tour there at Hickory Motor Speedway last Saturday night. Fantastic race I watched on Flow Racing, the highlights of it. You know, that's the type of racing, I guess, that I want to see NASCAR get back to. But, you know, of course, they want to go to these big markets. So they mention, you know, they're not going to do the Chicago street race, but they're going to San Diego next, you know, year. Which I know that Southern California market's huge, you know, for NASCAR. But still, I'm like you. About 4 road courses are plenty for me and stuff. And I don't mind the Roval at Charlotte. I think it's a little more entertaining than your normal road course. But I'd like to see even it get back to 2 races on the Oval.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I just don't understand. If Chick-fil-A had picked something up on the menu board, if chicken minis weren't selling, and the people say we don't want chicken minis anymore, which is not the case, I'm using this as a hypothetical.
Or Chick-fil-A introduced hamburgers, which is totally against what their whole thing's been all these years.
And it didn't work. Guess what they do? They take it back off the menu.
You would think, but if it was NASCAR running it, then they'd say, well, hey, let's try this other
triple
hamburger.
burgers.
Let's try.
Hamburgers don't work. Okay, let's put out a triple hamburger then. And that's how dumb it is. And I would love to have NASCAR people here tell them, look, you're not listening to the people. And so, but they're not going to change what Jeff and I say. So they're racing this weekend at Watkins Glen, then Richmond, then Daytona. Playoff starts, so I'm thinking September the 13th should be a big crowd at Bristol for the Bass Pro Shop night race. That's going to be right there. It's the cutoff race of the first series of the playoff and the stair-stepping, so it's going to be a big race, isn't it?
Well, and here's the thing I found sort of humorous with some of the television stations reporting, you know, like local television stations last week, like, how is Bristol going to handle this big crowd for the Speedway Classic? Over 85,000, at that time, over 85,000 people coming into town. Well, there were more people than that last year for the night race. There were over 100,000 here in Bristol last year for the NASCAR night race. Because you got to remember with the baseball game, only part of the stadium was actually open, you know, because of the viewing and all that.
Yeah. That's kind of dumb logic too, isn't it? We're son of dummies, you know that?
Yeah.
The only two smart people in this world is me and you.
I don't,
Figure it out.
I don't agree with that because I do plenty of dumb stuff myself. So you know,
You need to follow around the video camera. It's like, it's like America's goofiest guy. But Bill Birchfield thinks you're okay, and Carolyn Birchfield thinks you're okay.
Yeah,
because they're watching. We know these people.
I know these people, so that's
know
good.
them well.
Yeah.
Bill Birchfield will be your what?
That's my dad. Yeah.
Carolyn will be your
my mama.
Be your mama. And she's saying, "Don't you talk about my boy like that. I'll come through there and stomp you, boy. That's my boy." So there you go. So we got Richmond and Daytona. Then we start the playoffs. So silly season. I read where somebody quit and is going to another team, and so.
Well, no, with the Xfinity Series, Colic Racing replaced Josh Williams, and they're going to have like different race drivers in that car for the rest of the season. Then other big news in the Xfinity Series was out of Indianapolis. I wasn't on the show last week, but Austin Dillon intentionally wrecking, Eric Almirola, and I said Austin Dillon, I meant Austin Hill, and Austin Hill's a guy I really like a lot. I think, he's a guy sort of come up through the stock car ranks, but that was really a dirty move and a dangerous move to wreck someone at a high-speed track like that, at the end of the straightaway or whatever, just turning left into them.
So Ty Dillon did that?
No, it was Austin Hill.
I mean, Austin Hill did that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Austin Hill, and he's serving suspension, and they announced that they're taking all of his points that he earned toward the playoffs. They're taking those points away.
Awesome.
Which I think is a fair penalty.
Should do it, yep. All right. Are you hungry, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. Football starts in 2 weeks from Friday. The tab comes out on the
20th, I believe. I'd have to double check that. But
a couple of Wednesdays away.
Yeah.
Football
Actually, I was at ETSU's first practice full pads yesterday, and so the Bucks, they're getting ready for their opener there with Murray State.
The football tab, you got to get it, folks. It is a great reference point for me for the broadcast when I do the Cyclones. It's a great reference point. You got a lot of information there, a lot of numbers, names. It's just a really good football tab. I can brag on it. I have one every year, get one every year. And I use it, as I said, to get ready for the broadcast. I use a lot of what these guys go out and get. So, and I don't plagiarize it. I give them credit coming out of the Johnson City Press, Kingsport Times News high school football tab. There you go.
And just our daily papers, too. J.D. Vaughn, our sports editor, all summer long has been running a lot of high school features and all. I mean, ran one on, of course, you cover Elizabeth and quarterback Rhett Slagle. So, and man, week one, what a great opener. I mean, with Elizabeth and Science Hill, I mean, that's always such a great rivalry. But Elizabeth and, of course, Science Hill handled them pretty easily last year. But this year, Elizabeth and a lot more experience. I think they're going to be better up front. Science Hill's got some great kids at skill positions. So I think that's going to be a fantastic matchup. I can see that one going down to the wire on week one.
Last 5 games, the road teams won the game. There's the stat for you. Over the last 5 years, the road team in the Science Hill Elizabeth game was the winner. Last year, Science Hill won at 35-14. So there you go. Get you some lunch, sir. See you next week.
All right, sounds good, my friend.
Mrs. Birchfield, we were just. Your mama's going to call me up. She won't call me up, threaten me, will she?
I don't think so.
Come whip my boy, because I said we're both goobers or dummies or whatever. So don't talk about my boy that way. So just love it. The only two smart people in this world are Jeff Birchfield and Tom Dillon. We've got it all figured out right here. If they just let us run NASCAR, we'd have it done, right?
We might be able. Well, I'm not saying we're that smart, but we might be able to run NASCAR better than the current group for sure.
Amen. Amen. All right, quick break. Mr. Sweeney's coming up next. We'll talk about the Raiders. We'll talk about some Milligan sports and more next on the Tom Dillon Sports Show.
Insurance. How can you help us with auto insurance?
Well, one of the things Horace Mann was started for, Tom, back in 1945 was to provide auto insurance for educators. They came up with the idea that if we could put a group of school teachers together in one company, their cars would sit in a parking lot for 10, 12 hours a day. Friday and Saturday nights, they're home grading papers. They're all college educated. They have a tendency to be better drivers because they set an example for their students. And knowing all those things, we'd probably have less claims. And so we're able to offer better insurance rates because of that.
And so, if you're a teacher, an educator, you want to come here and get a quote because of that, your quotes and your rates are typically better than other folks, right?
That's right. And we also do a couple other things for educators. If they were to get into an accident while they're on school business, we don't have a deductible on that, Tom. They won't have to pay a deductible. If somebody vandalizes their car while it's on school property, they don't pay a deductible for that. If they get into an accident on school property, we waive the deductible. If they get into an accident with another Horace Mann agent or a Horace Mann client, they're going to not have to pay a deductible also.
It's good stuff. So if you need more information, go to social media or give him a call. How can we get a hold of you and find out more?
Yeah, you can just call me here at the office at 543-0059 or go to horacemann.com on the internet, and you'll be able to find our office here.
There you go. One of our great sponsors here on the Tom Douglas Sports Show and Cyclone Sports, the good folks right here at Rick Walters, Horace Mann Insurance. Back on the Tom Douglas Sports Show, we are here live at Chick-fil-A in Johnson City. Again, coming up, we told you the new sandwich on the 18th is the Pretzel Cheddar Club. Pretzel bun, choice of chicken, seasoned cheddar cheese, applewood bacon, a lettuce and mater on the side of creamy Dijon mustard. Then the drink's going to be the cherry berry, which is cherry, cranberry, and blueberry combined. You'll get that in a Sunjoy frosted or tea, or now they're even saying this time around we're going to put the cherry berry with Sprite. There you go. Coming up on August the 18th at all Chick-fil-A. You got a couple more weeks to get the dragon fruit. I call it the dragonfly today. Walked in, can I get a dragonfly? I said, what? I said, oh, never mind. Rainbird. Welcome to my world. Dragon fruit and peach for the next couple of weeks till the 18th, and then it's all going to go away. Brandon Swings with us, assistant athletic director of Milligan University, Atlanta Buffaloes. We love promoting Buffalo sports. We're going to be doing a lot of that this year, promoting Milligan a lot this year. So we want a sportsmanship is big. Act like you've been there. Play with class. Act classy and play with class. And we were rewarded for our sportsmanship. Tell me about it.
Yeah, so the NAIA, they recognized Milligan for being a 5-star gold Champions of Character team member. So it's basically, there's 3 tiers. There's gold, silver, and bronze for 5-star institutions of sportsmanship, Champions of Character. And Milligan got the gold, and it's the 4th straight year that Milligan actually had a perfect score. So the way it works, 100 is a perfect score, 90 is also gold, and then 80 and 70 and 60 are silver, and then 50 and below are bronze. So the way it worked for us is we got 100, and that's a perfect score of gold for the 4th straight year.
It's great to be a buff. There you go. I love it.
Yep.
Now, I think you did this. I put this out yesterday, and it blew up. It was a great positive thing by J.C. Jenkins. I'm going to show on the screen again what we've got here about Miss Jenkins, because deservedly so. She got an award, and, well, I don't know if it was an award, just research. Let's see, where is this down to here? There it is right there.
Yeah.
All right. Curious, we checked the stats. J.C. Jenkins from Milligan University was the best shooter out of all college divisions, NCAA 1, 2, and 3, JUCO, and NAIA in America, men's and women's. Now look at this. Field goal percentage, she was at 55%. There's J.C. Jenkins Milligan. Loved, it was an honor to call her games. And three-point shooting, she was at 49%. She shot 182 and made 90. Back to the field goals, she shot 462 field goals and made 254 for 55%. Best in the country. Three-point shooting, 90 out of 182 for 49% three-point shooting, best in the country. Free throws, check this out now. She went to the free throw line last season 102 times, and she made 95 out of 102 for 93%. J.C. Jenkins, who graduated from Milligan, the best shooter in college basketball on any level, guys and girls. What an award.
It's nuts. I mean,
what a stat.
Last year, watching her play, I mean, it's almost, at the home games, I'm taking stats in these games, and basically every single game, I would look at the stat sheet and say, "Oh boy, that's a great game," on her shooting percentages for every single game. I mean, last year watching her play, I mean, it's for me in my career best shooter I've ever seen.
Oh, no question.
And I mean, that's really tough to do because I've actually seen some really good ones at some other stops I've been at. But J.C. Jenkins was something else. I mean, I have never seen anybody shoot with the efficiency and confidence that she did. And it wasn't like she was just like rattling shots home. I mean, these were perfect shots. Swishes. It felt like almost every shot she took was a swish.
And she played poker face.
Yeah. Yeah.
Never.
Nope.
That's what I like about it.
Changed. Her facial expression never changed. She just was a silent assassin.
They go inside and they beat her to death. I mean, she'd go to the foul line 102 times, and they beat her to death. Never got rattled, never shoved, never pushed, never pointed fingers. Just went to the foul line and let her shooting do the dogging.
Yep, exactly.
I said it when I called her games. I said, if you want to epitomize and pattern yourself after a basketball player, and how she gives 120% and just keeps her emotions intact, you got to go watch her. She's graduated now. Go back and watch the video of J.C. Jenkins, played at Daniel Boone, just graduated from Milligan. And again, I've been doing this a long time. Easily for me, one of the top 3 or 4 people who ever had the privilege of calling her games because she was just brought that lunchbox every day, every ball game, blue collar, just got down to the trenches and gritted it, played.
Yep.
Proofs in the pudding.
Yeah, it just
incredible talent.
It's amazingly impressive. Just coming out every game, it felt like I go to the computer, take stats, and watching her play. I mean, it's just the most consistent player you could have on a team last year. It felt like in the whole conference, and obviously for me, pretty biasedly, I felt like she should have been Conference Player of the Year.
Oh, there's no question. She got robbed.
But it didn't end up that way. So.
Well, you may not be able to say that. I can say I'm the third wheel. She got robbed. She should have been the player of the year in the conference. The best shooter in college basketball on all levels, men and women's, and you're not the player of the year in your conference. What are you smoking, vote getters, because they're vote takers, because you missed it on that one. But we know how good she was. And I've had her on the show after the game, post game. You got to practically pull her hair to get her to say anything because she's just very humble. And that's another selling point about the woman. She's not cocky. She just like, and she always, every time I interview J.C. Jenkins, she always went, first thing, my teammates.
Yep.
Yeah. So anyway, congratulations to J.C. Jenkins, the best shooter in all of college basketball last season, on all divisions, men and women's. 49% from the three-point line. Are you kidding me? 95% from the free throw line. 95%. I mean, that's like automatic, basically.
Yeah.
So you didn't lose. So anyway, we're very proud of J.C. Jenkins. She graduated. I'm not sure what her major is, where she's going, but she'll be a success whatever she does.
Oh yeah, absolutely, she will be. I think anyone who puts the work in the way that she did, when she gets out of obviously out into the real world, into her career, she's going to take that along with her.
And, to be fair, her mama was a hot rod star, too, back in the day. But she played at Milligan, so it was a mother-daughter going through and leaving their mark forever on Milligan University Athletics was Tanya, her mama, and now J.C. So, hit it one more time. Way to go, J.C. Jenkins. All right, so teams aren't in yet, but we're starting to gather a little bit, aren't we?
Well, we actually do have some teams back.
Do we?
On Monday, our men's and women's soccer teams came back to campus, so had a couple of just little team meetings and fitness tests and things like that for them at this point. Our volleyball team today is the return date, so they're back on campus today, and so our newbies are getting acclimated, and basically 2 weeks till the first contest of the year. Our soccer teams will be playing on the 22nd, and then our volleyball team also playing on the 22nd. So it's coming up quick.
Yeah. Milligan volleyball will be here soon, and soccer, and of course we'll morph right into basketball. But I guess the first sport out of the gate will be early September. Will be Milligan University volleyball. We'll get an enhanced, more game schedule. Is it a match or a game? Game?
For volleyball?
Yeah.
A match, yeah.
Volleyball match?
Yeah. I know, they're all over the place.
That's the first thing I should learn, is how to correctly define the sport which I'm going to do. So the volleyball match.
Yep.
So, and you watch it, and you know this. I don't know that much about it, but my whole point is to get out there and to showcase. Because I'm telling you, they leave a lot of energy when you jump up and down. For what's an average volleyball match? 90 minutes probably?
Yeah, and sometimes less than that. If you get a sweep, I mean, it could be like an hour.
Yeah. But still, if you're in there getting after it and going to the rally, so you're talking 90 minutes, 2 hours of jumping and diving. I mean, they expand a lot of energy out on that volleyball court. I can tell you that. It's fun to watch, and they get after it. And so we have Milligan volleyball coming up soon, and we're very excited about that. And so the soccer teams are back in. Last time we did a show, Chick-fil-A a couple of weeks ago. Milligan show was the last week. And they're all running together. But Zach Nave came, Coach Nave. He just sat there. I'm still a week or so later. It's like, how many national champions you won? Like 19. I'm thinking, 19? I'm going bananas. 19 national championships. And of course, this guy's humble, like most of the Milligan. I call Milligan people all the time around. They're very humble. He gets it, keeps it in context. But still, 19 championships. What did we have last year as a school?
Well, as a school, we had 19.
19?
And in cycling, we had 10.
Yeah, 10.
Yep.
I got that wrong. So he's won 13. I think that's what he told me.
I think he's won 30-something overall.
He's been there 13 years. Yes, I get the numbers all good.
I believe was the number.
Yeah. He's won 38 national championships. Yeah. But it was, 19 last year. No, the school had 19. He had 10 last year. He had 10 last year. So I knew I got my numbers wrong, but the point being is he's just, And we got 50-some kids back this year, and we're loaded.
Yeah.
We're ready to roll.
57 cyclists.
That is amazing. So you're going to hear a lot about Milligan University this year, along with Elizabeth and sports too. So, but the Buffs, like we're in the orange and black, it's good. So we're excited about the upcoming sports season that's here. If you got your battery recharged, you got to wait a little bit. And, how did your birthday go down? Did your mom get you a cake?
Good, yeah. Dad got me an ice cream cake. Good stuff. I've been working a ton on website redesign because we actually launched that yesterday. So, millionbucks.com. If you head there now, it's possible it may not show up for you. Propagation is a thing that basically means, when you switch from one website provider to another, a 24-hour period, you may not see it for in certain places. But I've seen it. It's up and running. So, millionbucks.com is got its brand new redesign out. And,
you're excited about it?
Yeah, very excited about it. It's a clean, fresh look, and it's, I think, going to be a lot more easy to navigate for each of us. So it should be a good thing.
We're excited about it. Again, millionbucks.com. You know what I'm going to ask you before you go. You have to eat, get back to the meeting. The Raiders. Tomorrow night we go to Seattle to battle the Seahawks, Pete Carroll's old stomping ground. What's the latest in the Raiders camp? I'm going to ask a couple other camps. But let's start with our boys because the Raiders fan club is right here. He's president on VP. This is it. Ain't many of us in town. But the Raiders. We're win, lose, or tie. We're Raiders till we die. So what's training camp looking like? We traded somebody to somebody, got somebody, Booker, and then come back.
Yeah.
Is that good for us?
We brought in Booker from the Eagles, traded Ja'Cory and Bennett. Basically just a straight-up swap of two guys that were brought into the league at the same time, 2023. So basically just kind of basically the team's needs were, hey, we need a defensive tackle. We're going to go get Booker from the Eagles and give up Bennett. It seems like a fairly even swap to me. I think some fans of the Raiders would say that they're giving up a little too much with Bennett. I don't know. I don't know that they necessarily love Bennett, the new regime. He was brought in when he was drafted. He was drafted under the Ziegler and McDaniels regime. Again, I think I talked with you about this last time I was on. When regimes come in, if you're not their player, you're probably not likely to stay on, unless you're a transcendent talent like Max Crosby or someone along those lines. I think outside of that, it's very likely that the new regime will move on from you at some point if they can get something in return.
Happens all the time in coaching. New coach comes in, Brandon Sweety's new coach. I was the coach. It's like, I got my guy coming in from North Dakota, my buddy. I'm going to give him a job. Sorry. Happens all the time. So regimes come and go, and players do too. So the loyalty factor maybe not what it should be, and that's what he's referencing. So then I see where Micah Parsons, and he wants to leave the Cowboys. You know where he wants to go? He wants to come to the Raiders. So, that's, I don't know if they're going to write him a check or not, but he says, I'm going to come play. I want to play for the Raiders, which is good. I get that because it's the greatest franchise ever. And so, we've had some hard times. We've had some great teams in the past. So does Parsons come to the Raiders? He's going to stay with the Cowboys.
Well, I guess it's just going to depend on the Cowboys if they decide he's worth paying or not, which I think they will pay him in the end. So in all honesty, I think it's somewhat posturing on the side of Parsons in this situation, the request for the trade and everything. I just think he's trying to negotiate for better terms and
playing them.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's typically when you make these trade requests in the preseason, that's what you're trying to do.
Sure.
And Terry McLaurin's done the same thing with the Commanders. So, it's just a growing trend nowadays. Players will get to training camp. If they want an extension, they'll just either sit out, not practice, but still be there so that they don't get fined, or they will do this and request a trade to try to move things along a little bit.
It's called leverage. Yeah,
Exactly.
that's what they're doing. So you look at the Steelers camp. Will Howard gets hurt, broke his hand, took him to be out several weeks. The rookie quarterback at Ohio State. Not hearing much about Aaron Rodgers in the Steelers camp. Is that good or not good? Because there's not much pub coming out now. Now he's
I
signed.
don't know. I just think he's old at this point. I think he's probably past his effective
I agree.
years. And I just think that the Steelers are they're so mediocre. It's just they're right at the middle of the league, and they have to lose. If you're a Steelers fan, I think I would want your team to go 3-14, lose as many games as possible, and get a high pick for a quarterback next year. That's the Steelers. They need a quarterback. They have needed a quarterback for years. Ever since Roethlisberger started his decline, they have been in dire need of a quarterback play, and they just have not gotten it. And so they have to get somebody with some promise in there to help out.
The Browns will let Sanders start this weekend at QB for the Cleveland Browns. I don't. Colorado legends, how it was described the other day. I'm thinking, what in the Samuel did he do except play for his daddy? His daddy did everything. I mean, he got him to name something. What did they name the stadium after him or something up there in Colorado? Some crazy things like what? He didn't do anything. Didn't win any championships. I think he was like 2 over 500 in his career as a quarterback. 13-12 as the QB of Colorado. Anyway, he's starting for the Browns this weekend, so we'll see how that goes. And it's here.
That's a fiasco. The Browns quarterback thing is a fiasco too. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
they just it's a bunch of random misfits they're throwing in there trying to strike gold somehow with a bunch of guys that have not shown you that they can be gold. So I don't know. Who knows? Dylan Gabriel may be the person that wins that job. Who knows? Kenny Pickett. Right now, it's Flacco, Pickett, Gabriel, Sanders is the order. So
Yeah, Flacco's your guy.
And I think Flacco would make the most sense early on. Be like, hey, here's the veteran. Let the veteran play, and we'll figure it out from there.
So for all the media circus and the Las Vegas Raiders, boy, we got it. Ain't nothing, in my opinion, compared to Jerry Jones, the Cowboys. This guy's in the headlines. I mean, he just can't. He has to micromanage. He has to be. I don't know. I've never met the man. Obviously, he's had a pretty good franchise through the years. They've come up way short, but it looks like his ego gets in the way because he has to be in the center of attention. Is that a fair statement?
I'm telling you, I feel like that is his whole goal with owning this team at this point in his life is to stay in the headlines as much as he possibly can, to keep the eye on the brand, because he knows the team's not doing what it's supposed to be doing on the field. It's not winning the way that it did back in the 90s. And so what he's trying to do is keep the team in the limelight. May not be for the reason he wants, but at least it's still there. At least it's still in the national media and on the radar of the national media. So I just think it's kind of calculated a little bit on his end to keep them talked about and relevant.
Well, Case in point, right over there stands the owner of this restaurant. You would never know. I'm telling you, I watch him in here every Wednesday. He sits over here. So you wouldn't even know he's the owner. He's got everything. He's a well-oiled machine. He does not want to be in the limelight. Tim Birchfield doesn't have to be in the limelight. Jerry Jones has to be in the limelight. This is one of those, Mark Davis in the limelight. That's because he doesn't want to be, but because he makes dumb moves and says dumb things. So, but, and so the Steelers, Tomlin kind of does that. He says things, he gets himself in there. I don't know if he does it intentional, but Tomlin, more times than not, will say something that will create a ripple.
Yeah,
ruffles some feathers. So, anyway, it's the first full week of NFL preseason coming up. And, again, to me, my money's well-earned, hard-earned. I'm not going to go watch an exhibition game because you're the stud player. I may see you one series. That's it. You get a bunch of no-names, but they're charging full price to come watch a bunch of no-names. It's basically it's almost like a grading period. We're going to put all these guys out there and see how they perform, and then we start making cuts. So it's really an evaluation game more than an exhibition game. So for me, my money, I'm not going to go watch an NFL preseason game.
Yeah, I will say recently the prices for those preseason games have gone down quite a bit. Like I know from experience having owned Tennessee Titans season tickets, when you go sell that preseason game, it's probably a third of the price of the full. So, I mean, I think that's fair, but at the same time, I still probably wouldn't pay to go to a preseason game because you're just going to end up seeing a lot of players who won't be on the team.
Yeah, they'll be gone. So, did I make a bad bet in closing here? I'm going to go. So, Andrew, our first guest, came in wearing his Titan hat and his Titan shirt. I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to throw one out on the table here. I'm going to say my guys will win more games than your guys do at the end of the season for lunch bet. Well, he perked up. You're on. I said, my team's the Raiders. He said, oh, yeah, I do. He said, we're on. So I thought, that may not have been a smart move on my part. But see, I'm confident the Raiders are going to do it this year.
There's some people who are optimistic about the Raiders' chances to win some games. I mean, I've seen several projections of 8 wins. Don't know if the Titans are getting to 8 wins.
Yeah.
But maybe, who knows? It just is going to – it all hinges on Cam Ward, honestly. Yeah. It all hinges on how he can play and if he can really be a game changer for them. Because last year, obviously, I think with Levis, they just didn't have chances to win games because they got behind with turnovers and just mistakes.
Yeah.
Big mistakes like that. So if Ward can limit mistakes – while also being, an electrifying talent where he, can make plays with his feet, extend plays, make throws on the run. That's what the Titans are looking for. And I think if everything hit right, I think they could have a chance to have more wins than the Raiders. But I think when I look at the two rosters, I think the Raiders have the better roster, really all around. Offensively, weapons-wise, Titans don't have much. They've got Tony Pollard and Tajay Spears in the backfield. Not a ton at wide receiver. Calvin Ridley's still there, but they're going to be relying on a lot of young players there. And then the Raiders have a lot of pieces. I mean, Brock Bowers is amazing, Ashton Genty, and you've got receivers going left and right. Jacoby Myers and Jack Besh this year comes in. Dante Thornton from Tennessee maybe even might be a big piece. Even big reports about Trey Tucker during camp, so who knows? I just think when you look at the two rosters, the Raiders do have the better roster.
Here's your funny in closing. Last couple of weeks, I took the girls down to Pigeon Forge. There's a ball cap shop down there. I can't remember the name of the shop. I'm going to give them a plug. Anyway, I have this wall of all these ball caps. So I walk in, I'm just kind of meandering around. The guy says, I said, yeah, he said, you looking for any particular team? And I said, yeah, I'm looking for I want a ball cap of the Raiders. He went, oh, okay. Like, loser. I said, yeah, I'm looking for a Raiders cap. He went, oh, buddy, they're right over there. He wouldn't even go over with me. I don't think he wanted to be seen with me looking at a Raiders cap. And I said, so I went up to pay for it. And of course, had the girls in, they just rolled their eyes. I said, man, that's the team. He said, it is? I said, oh, dude, they're going to win the Super Bowl this year. And so both of my girls went, just rolled their eyes like, God, get me out of the store. Guy said, they're going to win the Super Bowl. I said, oh, you count on it. I said, we are I gave him just the whole store time. We are the Raiders, as loud as I could do it. I was proud of myself, being a redneck. So my granddaughters went, oh, they ran out the door. So can we go to the Croc stores? We go to the Croc store, whatever. But I got me a Raiders ball cap. Guys, really? It's like, you want a Raiders cap? So it's okay. When they come back, we're going to gloat.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going to be leading the pack. Me and you. And only three people I know like the Raiders, me and you and Kenny Hawkins.
Chris Lane.
Coach Lane.
And Tori Mingo, both people from Milligan.
Who's the fourth?
Tori Mingo.
Oh, okay. We got 5 of us.
5 of us.
Now, Hawkins, when they're winning, he's crowing. But when they don't win, I say, Hawk, what do you think about the Raiders? He does this. But I don't care. I'm going to follow him. I'm all about him. So
I follow him too, but I get pretty pessimistic, typically.
as I've said, win, lose, or time, the Raiders will die. So there you go. So I got a bet with Andrew Smith from the Johnson City Press for a lunch bet. I said, my Raiders win more games than your Titans will this year for lunch bet.
I think that's a good bet. I do think it's a good bet.
So I said, what was funny, I said, growing up in West Virginia, a handshake is binding. So I said, before he's got his hand up, so he's pretty confident he's going to win this bet. We may not win 2 games. I don't care. It's good stuff. So
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. Get you some lunch.
Will do.
I love working with this guy. By the way, he's the SID of the year, folks. The Sports Information Director of the year, voted on by his peers. That tells you they know how hard he works from the Appalachian Athletic Conference. Not a bunch of yahoos. That's the thing. When the media votes on stuff, don't take any of that into consideration. We don't know. You want to ask me who's going to the SEC? I've not been to the first practice. How do I know? But when your peers vote you into something, when the coaches do a coaches poll, you sit up and listen because they know what you're talking about. Media, we ain't got a clue. But when your fellow coworkers, in this case the other sports information directors in the conference, give you the #1 billing for the work you put in, hit the bell, sir. I love working with him. He's class act. Give it to me one time. Give me your deepest, darkest Raiders voice. I can do it. The Raiders. Go ahead and do one.
The Raiders.
I'm going to take a break. People are going, what's wrong with those 2 boys? Those 2 ladies are like, there's something wrong with those guys over there. Just talking to deep boys like the Raiders. We'll take a break and be right back. We'll close it out after this. And one of our great sponsors, Physical Therapy Services on the Tom Dillon Sports Show. We're talking to our great sponsor of Cyclone Sports and Tom Dillon Sports Show, Dr. Smith, and folks at Physical Therapy Services. For those out there who have no clue, tell us what it's all about.
Physical Therapy Services is a local mom and pop run physical therapy and occupational therapy clinic. We have clinic locations. We have 3 locations, 2 in Elizabeth and 1 in Roan Mountain. Our main office, where I'm located at 1975 West Elk Avenue, we focus on adults and athletic injuries. We have a pediatric clinic at 1500 West Elk Avenue that does both physical therapy and occupational therapy for the little kiddos out there. And then we have a clinic in Roan Mountain as well to take care of our wonderful Carter Countyans in the Roan Mountain community, and all focused on orthopedics and sports-related injuries, along with just general concerns with patients and people that want to be able to get out and move better. The human body is made to move, and that's what we try to do, is keep people moving.
Keep people moving. Hours are open.
7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Social media, how do we find out more about you?
Physical Therapy Services on Facebook. Look us up. You can also find us online at ptstn.net. And or you can just call the office, 423-543-0073, and we will put you in touch with the right people to get you the correct care that you need, whether it's through us or through one of our other affiliates that we work with.
There you go. One of our great sponsors, love promoting them. Again, the great folks at Physical Therapy Services, proud sponsor of Cyclone Sports and the Tom Taylor Sports Show.
And back on the Top Bill Sports Show, thanks for being with us. We are here again live. As we said, we're at Chick-fil-A. Come right here and give me a hug. Come over here and give me a hug. I'm doing good, dear. How are you? Tell everybody who you are. Tell everybody who you are.
I am Catherine Button from Elizabeth, and this is one of the nicest, most Christian guys you'll ever know.
You're very sweet.
So we sang last night at Sulphur Springs.
Did you really?
It's over 200 years old, and we knocked it out of the park.
Knocked it out of the ballpark. So when we're going to get back together, Jamie, you guys singing again at a future fundraiser.
We'll be in September. I'm not sure the exact date, but we'll tell you. We're going to be back at Valley Forge Freewheel.
You holler at me and we can get you to promote this. Yeah. Little Liam was cute as a button.
He adores you. You're famous to him.
Oh, I'm just
He
don't.
was most impressed that I knew you.
Oh, really? That's my man Liam. Going to first grade, he said. It's all right, but you're going to first. That's all right. But you know what? You can learn because readers are winners. Readers are winners. See my ring? Cyclone ring? Now he'll be at what school? He'll be at West Side? West Side Wildcat. Tomorrow. Elementary. Thank you, dear. Please. Thank you, dear. Very sweet. Very kind. So, all right, speaking of the Lord, here you go. If you don't have a church home, I'd love to have you come worship with us tonight at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church. Here we go. Let's give you the verse today. We always dedicate our show to the man hung on the cross, and here it is. God reminds us that he's always available 24/7, 365 days a year. He's our eternal shepherd, and he knows the right path for us by heart. How about that? Here's the verse today, Psalms 32:8. The Lord says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you and watch over you. Often, this has been my case in my life, I don't know about you, often God has had to shut a door in our face so he can ultimately open the doors to which he wants us to go. Greg knows that. Brandon knows that. Sometimes he has to shut a door in our face so he can ultimately open the door for which he wants us to go through. Because he's running the show. Psalm 32:8, the Lord says, I will instruct you and teach you the way you should go. I will counsel you and watch over you. There you go. I'm meeting new friends over here, I'm telling you. What's his name? Bo. What's her name? What? Her name is who? Megan. Megan and Bo. Bo, what'd you have to eat? What did you have to eat? Chicken strips? What did you have to eat? Good. You having fun? Put it right here. You guys have a good day. Megan and Bo and Liam. It's good job. Oh, you just had a drink? All right. Just had a drink. Just not been hungry, but you just had a drink, and that's Bo and Megan have been here at Chick-fil-A. You guys have a good day, all right? Well, I'm going to go ahead and get me something to eat, all right? You guys have a good day. You have a good day. How you ladies doing? Doing good? Come stand right here. Come right here and talk to me. Come over here and talk to me. President of the Builders Club last year at T.A. Duggar. All right. Let's turn this down. Tell me about who you are. We got a minute or two. Who are you?
Hi, I'm Claire Perry, and I was president of Builders Club last year.
At T.A. Duggar.
Yep, at T.A. Duggar. And basically, Builders Club is just an organization to help people in need and just to show our love for the community.
Mm-hmm. Now you moved on to the high school now, right?
No, I'll be in 8th grade.
8th grade.
Yep.
All right. Did you have a good summer?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
What was the coolest thing you did this summer? What was your favorite thing? Did you go to the beach?
I didn't go to the beach.
Okay, what did you do?
I don't really know. I guess going shopping.
Going shopping. Okay.
That's the best I got right now.
That's it. Going shopping was your favorite thing. Get to sleep in some too, right?
Yep.
Didn't have to get up or yeah, there you go.
Well, actually, my my church, Sinking Creek
Yes,
Baptist Church.
yes.
We actually did a church yard sale, and we raised over $8,500. And
That's
it's
awesome.
It's going towards buying mattresses for flood victims that still don't have a bed to sleep in. So
For flood victims?
Yes.
Yeah. Come right here. You're not getting out of this. Come right here and stand. Tell everybody who you are.
My name is Lily Sproles.
Lily Sproles.
Yeah.
Are you related to Liam Sproles?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your little brother?
Yeah.
Now, what grade have you been this year?
8.
At T. Duggar? Cyclones? Do you guys do sports? Do you play the band in the band?
I did it, and I play basketball and softball.
Whoa. Whoa. She's in the band. What instrument do you play?
Saxophone.
Saxophone in the band. You play basketball, and we'll guess you're tall. You probably play post? Down in the basket? Okay. And you play what's the other sport?
Softball.
I'm going to guess you play first base because you're tall.
Center field.
Wasn't even close. There you go. Well, the band's awesome. You guys been practicing hard, getting ready?
Yep.
Love the T. Duggar band. So, what is the new band director's name?
Miss Hutchison.
Miss Hutchison. Yeah, there you go. All right. So, what'd you have to eat?
I had a chicken sandwich.
Chicken. What'd you have? Chicken sandwich. All right. Builders Club.
Yep.
Band, softball, basketball.
Yeah, I do Builders Club too.
Oh, you do Builders Club too. So I'll be back up to this year. Probably have you back on talking again. All right. Tomorrow starts school, right? Oh boy, you guys ready? Give me some. You guys ready for school?
Yeah, I'm excited.
All right.
It's good talking.
Thank you, girls. Yep, I love it. There they are. They are, as a result of me going around doing tour of schools, which we're going to be doing again this year. And I think you know this, but if not, Mr. LeBeau asked us, who's the CEO now of Northeast Community Credit Union, said, would you please consider, and we said yes, doing the tour of schools in Carter County schools. They want to expand the tour of schools. They sponsored, of course. And so they've asked us, in addition to doing Elizabethton City schools, we do the tour of schools in Carter County, and we are. So on the 22nd, which is in 2 weeks, our first show will be at Keenberg Elementary. So we're going to be doing the tour of schools. We've got 11 schools in Carter County. We're going to be doing those, thanks to Brandon Young and Mr. Carpenter, the superintendent. So we'll be at Keenberg in 2 weeks, brought to you by Northeast Community Credit Union, tour of schools. Great kids doing great things is our motto. And so we will do that in a couple of weeks. And so we'll be back to T.A. Duggar, obviously, to see, I guess, these girls of Mr. Barry, whoever he lines up. That's who we'll interview on the tour of schools when we go to T.A. Duggar. All right, we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours. We want to say thanks to Mr. Baseball, Greg Salyer. Again, Brendan Sweeney, Assistant Athletic Director of Milligan University. Also, Andrew Smith, sports writer from the Johnson City Press. Jeff Birchfield, sports writer of Johnson City Press. And, of course, we want to say thanks to Greg Sayers, who said Mr. Baseball, and these two young ladies that just came by here and talked, and Catherine and Liam for being on the show. Hey, we're out of time. We sincerely thank you, viewers. Back at it tomorrow. We'll bring it again. Show number 2,336. Tomorrow, Duck Crossing Antique Store, downtown Elizabeth. Can't wait to be there. And then Friday, we'll wrap up the work week. We'll be ready to go on Friday at Union. Hello, Union County. Becky Muncie, how you doing? And Friday, we'll be at Food City. Now, if you don't have a church home, we would love for you to consider coming to visit with us tonight at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church. We have church on Wednesday nights at Pleasant Beach. We do. Mark Fowler's going through the Bible. Let's see, last week he did Isaiah, so he'll do another book tonight out of the Old Testament, going one by one, which is incredibly insightful. The one he did on Songs of Solomon a couple of weeks ago was like over the top good. They're all good, but he just really, in 30, 35 minutes, can really get, there's a lot of meat on the bone, and he gets right to it. And so he does a wonderful job. You know, a church home. They start Master Club tonight, which is the kids program, which is really good. And so that's back in the Bobby Stout Life Center. And then we have our regular, everybody else has our Bible study prayer meeting on Rat Road at 7 o'clock inside the church sanctuary. So if you don't have a church home like to visit, we'd love to have you. There's lots of people visiting. People are joining. Lord's working. And so, and we appreciate what Pastor Fowler does and his staff. They get after it. So we appreciate that very much. So if you don't have a church home, come be with us tonight. If you can't come tonight, come Sunday. So, and if you're going to another church, fantastic. If you don't have a church home, again, we'd love to have you come be with us at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church, Watauga Road. in Elizabethton, and one of the nice, saw her name pop up. One of the nicest ladies in the world. You talking about when she gets to heaven, jewels in her crown, the impact she had on young people. Linda Vaughn, are you kidding me? So she's got 2 boys involved in the church, big time, Tommy and Kevin, and her grandchildren. So Linda Vaughn, I'm telling you, she's a saint. So old sinner saved by grace, but she's a saint. She gets it done, and she has impacted so many kids down through the years at Pleasant Beach Baptist Church. So she's watching, and I'm a big fan of her. She's a class act. Hello, Deb Winters. Thank you for watching. Becky Muncie down in Union County. That's J.D. Hooks' grandmama. How you doing? J.D. plays baseball for the Cyclones. Linda Prophet, Bobo Lyons, Mary Harrell, Steve Shipley in Middle Tennessee, Rick Ransom down in Pensacola watching, Dennis Bellamy, Rob Aubrey from Crossroads Methodist Church, out behind Daniel Boone. I hope I got that right. Hello, sir. That's off the top of my head. Sandy Mark Potter, hello to you. Chad Macy Odom, Deborah Briggs, that's a new name. Sonia Blevins, Jimmy Stout down in Atlanta, Darlene Todd, all watching. Joe and Mary Shell, Bill Birchfield, Amy Witt, Tammy Blevins. Thank you all for watching the show so much. Carolyn Birchfield, so Jonathan Morton. And there's a new one, Deb Winters popped up. So good way to end it. We'll be back with you tomorrow at Duck Crossing Antique Store in Elizabethton, and we'll wrap up the work week on Friday on a Food City Friday. We'll be at Food City in Elizabethton. So we're out of time. We sincerely thank you for yours until we rejoin you tomorrow from the Duck Crossing Antique Store with Misty Council. Say, as always, bloom where you're planted. Mommy said all the time. Going down, catching a bus, going down every morning, she'd yell out to the door, bloom where you planted, boys. And I'd go, bloom where you planted, boys. And she'd say, I heard that, Tom Taylor. When we get home, we'll talk about that at the right sentences. So don't make fun of Mom. Don't make fun of Mom. Okay, so now I'd give anything for her to be here. Anything for her to be here. Let me thank her for all she put up with. 4 boys, we were meaner than snakes. Good night. We hit this verse one more time. God reminds us that He's always available, 24/7, 365 days a year. He's our eternal shepherd. He knows the right path for us by heart. He knows what's best for you. He knows what's best for me. Psalms 32:8 says, the Lord says, I will instruct you and teach you in the way you should go. I will counsel you and watch over you. Hit that bell. Often God has to shut a door in our face so that He can ultimately open the door to which He wants us to go. You ever had that happen to you? Has me. Thought I knew what was going on. God said, got to shut that door on that person or that situation or whatever and open the door up through a door He wants us to go through. So trust me when I say this in closing this show. When you let Him run the show instead of you run the show, I'm telling you, I spent a lot of my dog years thinking, I don't need Him, I can do this. No, I'm nothing without Him. He's the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. The Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the name above all names. So I ain't nothing without Him. I tried it my way, as Elvis sang and Frank Sinatra. I'm doing it His way. It's a whole lot better. See you back here tomorrow. Thanks for watching the show. Show number 2,335 from Chick-fil-A in Johnson City on People Street. Back tomorrow from Duck Crossing in Elizabeth. So long, everybody. Thanks for watching, and thanks for being with us here.